Go.
Yeah. What's up, Joey? What you need?
Someone's excited.
What you need, Joey? Bam, we're live. Okay, we're here.
You want to apologize for being late? You
You
just got back from Hooters. You stole that sign.
Oh shit. For those of you who don't listen every morning because you scared of the truth. TRUFF, truth. The morning crew, the morning posse, my homies in the morning bought that for me and sent it to my mom's house, and then my mom brought it over on my birthday and surprised me with it. And I fucking hung that shit up myself. I got the anchors. I put the because I couldn't find a stud back there and get the right height. So I put anchors in. I've never done that. I think anchors are for douches. But I put 3 little plastic anchors in, and then I put the bracket in, and I hung that thing. And then I put the Wad Zombie cards back here. These are the athlete cards, you know.
Great idea.
Random.
My shit's looking tight. But all I gotta do now, and look, I got my get with the programming OG thing. I got some Listerine strips. Got an OG. I got some Kleenex that my wife left here because sometimes I cry on the show.
That's what it's for?
Patrick Clark.
Kleenex boxes in California.
Patrick, I guess it's probably like stops global warming. Patrick Clark, thank you for watching the UFC with me today. That was cool. You're the only person. There were a couple people at my house, but you were the only person, text buddy, I watched it with, and I appreciate that. That was fun. Day number 2 is in the books. 4 workouts are in the books. Let me just start with anything crazy yet, like an Annika Greer situation, like someone who we thought was going to go to the games has not got their workouts in, and we're like scratching our head, like, this is weird.
Not anything like that I know of.
Some injuries.
Okay, let's start there. Who's out? I saw on Barbell Spin. Brian Spin's Instagram account, I saw someone who's out.
Yeah, Con Porter's out, and then Ben Smith.
Ben Smith, what happened to Ben? Is he hurt or just old? Or both?
He put out a post that he was only able to do 9 reps on that snatch crossover test, and then the way he did his workouts, he actually did 1 and 3 first. So his scores still look pretty good, but I don't believe he did a test for, whatever you want to call
it. Brian, can you translate what Halpin just said to me for someone with an IQ of under 100?
He did workouts 1 and 3.
Yeah.
He placed 130th and 203rd on those 2 workouts.
And so he's like, fuck that, I'm out. Like he knew.
I'm guessing he'd actually done workout 4 by that point also, because he's 54th worldwide on workout 4, 569 reps, which is a great score. And then he shows up on workout 2 and has 9 reps, which is 8 snatches and 1 lunge. And so you immediately are thinking that's strange. Like, why would you do one lunge? And basically he's just saying that, what? He did this after the fact? I don't know. The lunges was bothering his knee, so he stopped. He's doing team. He's planning to go team this year. So he's either just doing the quarterfinals workouts, maybe similarly to the way that I'm doing them, which is just to give feedback to the athletes that are actually in the competition and trying to advance, that he works with coaches or trains at his gym.
That's why you're doing them, just to give feedback?
That's why I'm doing it. So he might be doing them for that reason as well. He'd do the workout and he'll say, hey, it's actually a little bit more grippy than we thought, or that middle round of deadlifts, or whatever the feedback he wants to give. But
all I'm hearing is that he hurt his knee and he's out.
He made a post that said he wasn't going to push it on his knee.
Fuck this. I'm texting him.
There you go.
Anyway, he's doing the team. He's intending to compete on a team this year. The only other reason he might have done these workouts is to get the points you get for signing up for the competition, just in case he wants to go individual next year, or so that he can still have, and I quote, material bearing on the strength of field allocation.
What would I ask him? Why did you not enter your scores?
No, he did enter his scores. You can ask him if he's okay.
Okay. Are you okay? Hey, Ben. Comma.
9 reps.
Are you
9 reps
okay?
on workout 2? Are you okay or just?
Oh, should I put that? Okay, 9. Just be kind of dick on it. Dick him a little down a little bit too. 9 reps. Okay. Okay, that's a little okay. If I get a middle finger, like sorry, I was taking dictation from Brian.
And then you'll get a different finger.
Okay. And anyone else? Any girls? Why just boys are pulling out? Why 2 great boys, Ben Smith and Com Porter? Any girls? Any great girls?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Vittorio, a way not to be a bitch and put that up yourself. Dude, I walked back and forth through the house carrying my drill like 5 times until my wife saw me. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh. Funny you should ask. Just going to hang some shit up in the office.
Just some man shit.
Yeah, just some man shit. I got a drill bit and I have a fucking screw.
Something you like over here?
Yeah, and the drill bit.
Did you pull the trigger a few times? Make sure it worked?
Yeah. Zzz. Click the button that makes it go forward and backwards. If you all are ever in Seattle, says Caden Carpenter for $10, come to my affiliate, Q CrossFit, the only gym that's not woke in the city. Wow. If that's really your gym, please DM me with your phone number and I'll text you and I'd love to have you on the show. I'd love to know what it's like to run a gym in Woketopia. Wow. That's cool. Wad Zombie, Travis Mayer made a post too. But we know he's been out for a while, right?
Yeah. He didn't compete.
People are already tattling. John George, Bethany Shadburn crossover. She did 20 per round. Her judge messed up. Watch her video. Oh, okay.
Let's just establish something just off the bat here.
Okay.
This competition, the quarterfinal competition, is entirely unmanageable. There will be penalties assessed to specific athletes that are not going to be assessed to 99% or more of the athletes that are taking them, regardless of if they did those things or not. And there will be a ton of athletes that did not do things to the standard, whose videos will never be looked at, and they will just get away with it. So if you're competing in this competition, if you've signed up for this competition, if you're following this competition, you just have to know that. And CrossFit has been, in my opinion, pretty clear about the fact that they're okay with that. They are reviewing some videos, they are assessing some penalties, but there's absolutely no chance that they can accurately and in totality manage this competition.
1.
That would be 0.
0.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We'll show you how to count them here.
Someone count them out
0,
loud so I know what's going on.
1,
0.
Still 0.
Because you have to do 1 to get
The
the
first
buy-in.
one is that's 0.
Cross.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
How many was she supposed to do?
40.
Oh, that's good. Did I ever tell you she has the most beautiful head? She has like a head as beautiful as Wonder Woman's, Gal Gadot's.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
This month?
That's the 3rd time this month I've told you?
Second time.
Oh. Okay, so sorry, John, thank you for pointing that out to us, but
the way that I count double crossovers and have always counted them, that would only be 20. The way that they are being counted for the CrossFit Games quarterfinals this year, that counts as 40.
9 inches. Trina, different show. Come back tomorrow morning, please.
She got 111th on that workout, and she's currently sitting 63rd in the West. So she is right on the bubble.
Thank you. That was good helping. We're starting to work like a fine-tuned machine. That was nice. Brian, going back to what you were saying, does it matter if they're not if they're assessing penalties differently for different people and they're not looking at all the videos, if they are doing it for, let's say, the top 300? And the reason why I say the top 300 is because yesterday you explained to me that after this we go to 7 semifinals and that in the top 300 athletes. Well, top 300 athletes based on their region. That's where they go. Now I kind of see the problem with what I said.
So there's a lot of problems. What do you see?
Because it's not the top 300 athletes that go. It's the top 60 in one region. The top guys who go to Africa might not even be in the top 1,000 for all we know.
So so there's a couple of things. So first of all, flashback to yesterday's show. and we talked about the fact that there is a worldwide ranking for quarterfinals. The
Oh,
worldwide ranking matters for one reason. It matters because that's how your points are allocated for your quarterfinal placement, and then you add them into all the other points you have, and that will affect the top 100 coming into this year's semifinals, where we'll have to do the allocation of spots using the method that CrossFit has chosen. Probably it's not going to have much of a difference because the quarterfinals points are basically all the same for all of the relevant athletes. However, at the cut line, there's going to be probably a small point margin. By the cut line, I mean 100 to 101. And we know, based on the information that the CrossFit Games team, specifically Dave Eubanks, has communicated to us, that one spot in the top 100 could make a difference for your competitive region, earning an extra spot to the CrossFit Games. So we should be knowing that CrossFit should, in theory, have a high priority on making sure that the top 100 are actually the top 100. Now, we know that they're not the top 100 fittest in the world, but they should at least be making sure that they're the top 100 based on the point system that they've allocated, meaning that no one in that group should be earning points that are ill rewarded, that are not actually reflective of what they've done in whatever competition they're earning points in. It's a lot easier to manage that at the games and semifinals, which is the reason why they've chosen to make the open and quarterfinals points basically negligent. Like, you just sign up for the competition, and if you're good enough to be even flirting with the top 100, you're going to get 990 points in quarterfinals and 1,980 points in semifinals. In quarterfinals. So that's like pretty much a wash, and that's the only reason why the worldwide ranking for quarterfinals matters.
Listen, asshole, Mr. Walters, the alpaca workout was written wrong, and I proved that. I don't want to hear any more alpaca shit. Ephemeral. Basically, the way you just explained it, the worldwide rank, the quarterfinals they make a mockery out of the worldwide ranking points. It's actually fucking possible to do that. They're basically admitting defeat even before they start the worldwide. Even if they're not significant amount of points, they will be inaccurate. Well, they'll be significant, like you said, at the cutoff line. At the cutoff line, they will be significant.
So as far as
they're guaranteed to get the wrong 2 or 3 people in there every time.
Basically, as far as the worldwide ranking points go, if you're an athlete who's actually competing for a top 100 spot, which is the only thing that matters currently for the allocation of games qualifying spots, you're just buying 1,980 points. You're just paying $50 to get those points added to your total, because you're going to do well enough to earn exactly that many points.
Wow.
So that's the worldwide ranking for quarterfinals. Obviously, it's fun to look at it, and it could be because that's a place where we can say, oh, all of these people did the test, and Medeiros, Vellner, Cornway, Leahy, Olsen are the top 5, whatever. That's a fun thing to do, of course. Outside of the fun thing to do, there's nothing else there. You don't win any money for being first place worldwide. You don't get any special accolades or recognition as being I guess there could be, you might be the fittest person in your country, but I don't know if they would pull that from the worldwide quarterfinals or the region quarterfinals when they're distributing that award 9 months from now or whatever. So there's small things that matter, but they're really nothing that matters on the worldwide leaderboard that carries on throughout the rest of the season. What matters is the regional leaderboards, which is why it was frustrating that those weren't accessible on the website last night. They are now, and we can talk about those in a great amount of detail. And like I told you guys yesterday, now that 4 of the 5 workouts are done, what really we should be focusing in on, obviously we can celebrate great performances, is the cut line for every region. Okay. So I want to look at the last
Let's do it.
10 or 20 athletes in and the next 10 or 20 athletes out, and then see if there's anything. And in my opinion, that's where the entirety of the effort of the review team should be going. It should not be going to the top 10 on the worldwide rankings overall, unless there's something that's completely ridiculous. But even in the case that there is something that's completely ridiculous, so Caleb, if you, for example, go to men's leaderboard worldwide rank and sort by workout 1, we can immediately see someone who's in second place in this workout that's named Richard Poveda, whose current ranking after 4 tests is 2,683. But he was second place worldwide on this workout. His subsequent performances are 4,600, 2,200, and 5,700. This video must be reviewed because that's such a clear and distinct outlier from the rest. This is this example that you will find with quarterfinal workout number 3 from last year, and you'll find a dozen people in the top 30 worldwide that have things that look this ludicrous. And for me, it's like,
do you think that there's any way, Brian, that won't be reviewed? Do you think there's any way?
Well, I'll tell you a quick story. I know that there have been reviews for this particular workout for people who had scores under 7 minutes. I don't know if they have reviewed all of them, but it would be hard for me to imagine that you would review Jake Berman's workout, which was originally 6:59, and you wouldn't review Richard Poveda's, who is 6:23. So, and if this video was reviewed, Richard Poveda's video was reviewed and approved by the CrossFit Games team, and his other performances are that bad, I'm completely baffled, because the only way you could, you know what that test is? That test is heavy, moderate volume front squats, descending in weight, and high skill gymnastics. Like, if you were that good at that test to be able to do second worldwide, there's no way that you would be outside the top 2,000, 4,000, and 5,000 on the other 3 tests. It's impossible, unless you were
injured in between workout 1 and 2.
If you look at his scores, like, he's actually doing scores. He's doing the workouts. You're not just going to be injured and do 11 clean and jerks at 275 pounds or whatever you did.
Well, either way, whether you're right or wrong, that needs to be reviewed. How will we know if it's been reviewed?
So, well, here's the thing. So Jake Berman had, like I said, had done this workout. His time was 6:59. His video, or 6:59, which was tied for 11th worldwide, and his video was reviewed. The interesting thing to note here is that the Training Think Tank has hired judges, many of whom, including his judge, is a CrossFit Games judge, to come to their facility and judge their athletes to make sure that they're meeting the standards, that they're moving well, et cetera, et cetera. And his judge is standing a couple feet away from him and approved this workout. This is a judge that's hired by CrossFit every year to come to the CrossFit Games and judge workouts at the highest level for the best athletes with the most on the line. So Training Think Tank is going out of their way to spend money to make sure that their athletes are doing it right and being judged by someone who's not biased, not one of their coaches. It's a cool thing that they're doing that, they're providing for their athletes. His video was reviewed, and he was assessed a 1 minute and 2 second penalty, a major penalty, for lack of extension on his front squats.
What does that mean? Didn't stand up all the way?
Yeah, I haven't seen the video, but I've spoken to some people who have, and basically Training Think Tank is outraged by this. They're like, are you guys kidding me? Like, this is a guy that you hired to come there, that we hired to come here to judge athletes just like this, to make sure that this wouldn't happen. And he's standing feet away from him, giving him credit for the reps, and you're reviewing a video from 30 feet away, because it has to be far enough away to also see my handstand walking distance, and telling me I'm getting a major penalty on this, and you're scrutinizing it for that minutia of detail. But Richard Poveda's score is here on the leaderboard. Juan Toban is here on the leaderboard with a 7-minute score. I've never heard of these guys before. And you're telling me that you're reviewing everyone's workouts like this?
The top women's score is also very wrong. So.
And that's why I said at the onset.
One second, Brian. 1 second, Caleb. While we're talking about this, can you see if you can find this guy's? Okay, thanks, brother. Okay, go ahead, Brian. Sorry if I threw you off your train of thought.
No, it's totally fine. That's why I said at the start of this conversation tonight that you just have to understand that stuff like that is going to happen. Obviously, it's frustrating that it happens, but they're going to review certain videos. And what I mean by that is they'll review certain athletes' videos because they did really well on a certain workout, and they'll review other videos, likely, I think, that they'll ask for anyone who has the chance to qualify. I think that you have to submit at least 2 to be reviewed.
And Brian, the only reason why we know any of this is because you're telling us. Like, is this posted? And this is just because this is just you digging around. This is just like from your Instagram, people talking to you being friends with people at these different facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucking weird.
There's as far as I know, Halpern can please tell me if I'm wrong, CrossFit hasn't published any lists of penalties. I don't think that they will do that. The only time that I think they would do that is if the penalties are finalized. What I wish that they would do is say, we are, as always, we are reviewing videos online. Here's a website that will be kept up to date with the penalties as they're assessed. I think that would be a really helpful and useful resource to have.
They did release that last year after it was over.
Yeah, they released it afterwards with all of them, not like a rolling one that was continuously updating, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, we need to see. I want to do what workout is that that we're looking at right now? Workout 1 for Poveda. I want to just have
it's the handstand push-up workout.
And I should go by men, and he's second in the world in this.
Listed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we just go to the end and see what his time is?
Well, hold on. I mean, that's a no rep right there. His hand was on the tape. And the first kick up, he's out of the frame of the video. And I think he's about to walk out of the frame of the video again.
We're just gonna do this live. We're gonna assess him.
His hand's on the tape again. It's a no rep. All of these are no reps.
You're not allowed to have your hand on the tape?
No. Not when you kick up. Your
He
hands
also
have to be
doesn't
behind
have
you.
a judge visible in the video.
Okay, so his hand was on the tape. Okay, let's go and see how long this is. Yeah, we're doing Hiller's job for him. Yeah, his hand's on the tape every time. Thank you, Rich Matthews. I appreciate it. You can
The
watch
last
the
thing's
rest
going
of
to be the handstand push up on the wall.
You can watch the rest of the show for free, Rich. Anthony, TPA, Brian, why are you so hostile on Saturday night? What? He's chill. This Richard guy could have gotten the bubble gut from Chipotle last night.
It's real.
Okay, we're at 401. He looks good.
We're about to see the fastest handstand. Oh,
Let's go a little Trevor Gentry. At this point, when HQ screws up, regardless of what it has to do with, it's honestly not surprising at all. I'm sadly not hopeful for improvement, but I want to be wrong. The opening with the weights being wrong is really hard to come by. Okay, so he should be done in 2 seconds.
Whoa. Wait, is that where it ends? The video. Oh.
So it's 6:23. So, and that's what it is. Okay. So now someone would just need to go through and count his reps, but we do know that the handstand walk was wrong, right? You're not allowed to put your hands on the tape. We saw that at least 3 times.
Yeah, he's outside of the frame of the video, which is an invalid video submission on its own.
Brian is absolutely
feet are outside the hands during the handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
What's that mean? What's that mean? RN
the width of the feet,
like starfish.
Right. That means right now. He's asking what the
what
abbreviation
RN means.
It means I'm a nurse.
Oh. All right. Well, you and Cab. Now we have 2 nurses on the show. That's cool.
Male nurses.
Brian is absolutely cooking. Yeah, I don't think cooking means he's on a roll, right? This is good. We're learning all sorts of shit. It's weird that well, I do want to see all the penalties. How long before we get to see all those? Has anyone talked to Berman? Does he want to call in and explain to us what happened? I'd love to know.
That would be great.
This is actually exactly what happened last year. I remember him and Noah knew they got penalties.
And we talked to him about it. You remember that, Sevan, in the car? And I think what Noah said was something like, well, yeah, just go as fast as you can, flirt the lines and accept your penalty. You're still going to do better than most people. I mean, even with the penalty, he's like 50 something in the world on the workout.
Berman is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can get him on I can get him on here if you want.
Sure. Yeah, it would be cool. Let's find out what happened. Let's hear his let's see if we can see the video. We will be the judge.
While we do that, similar, but the woman that did it actually put out why hers is wrong. The top woman on workout 1 stated that she incorrectly submitted her tiebreaker score as her final score. So I would believe that CrossFit is just going to change that one, but they haven't yet.
And I mean, this is a case of why haven't they changed it yet? It's the top score for one of the workouts. She's already owned up to the air. Like, what are they doing over there? How can they not be aware of that?
Unless she's just putting it on her Instagram and not telling CrossFit. But if she's,
I mean, look, there were people that I know last year who emailed CrossFit with regards to quarterfinal workout 3 and said, "Hey, I screwed that up. You got to change my score." It never changed. It still hasn't changed.
And that's going to be
Jake's at dinner right now, Sevan. Maybe he'll come on after.
It's going to be a piece.
We don't mind. We don't tell him we don't mind.
Oh.
What's up, guys?
He might mind.
What's up? Dinner. These fucking guys eat food out of a little plastic container that they keep stacked in their car in a cooler. He's like on plastic container 3 for the day. Okay, let's go. What region do you want to start with? Earlier, Brian said he wanted to look at, and I think it's a good idea, wanted to look at the cut lines for these regions. We only have one.
I sent you guys a screenshot that pulls out the bubble athletes in every region that I saw.
So basically, there's only one workout left.
A lot of athletes have already done it.
Correct.
Okay. But they have they submitted their scores? Can they submit their scores? Is there any?
They can, but they're not on the leaderboard yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So
all of this is, first of all, I mean, there's always a possibility that a penalty has changed a score or something, but these were from a couple hours ago. I pulled these. And these are just athletes that jumped off the page to me of athletes who are by region outside of the current cut line.
And these aren't all European. How are these divided?
The ones in red are from North America East, like it says. The ones in orange are North America West. There's a lot of them from Europe.
Yeah.
And I wasn't intending to do this, but it just became too obvious, and I felt like I had to do it. Why are there so many from Europe? Do you know, Sevan, from spending enough time with me?
Because there's so many good guys in Europe.
Because there's just as many good athletes in Europe as there are in North America, but North America gets twice as many spots that are allowed to advance to the next round. So you're going to have just a ton of men and a ton of women that are 60 through 100, 61 through 100, that I believe are more than fit enough to be competing in the semifinal stage of competition if you're going to allow up to 120 total men and women in North America to also do that.
Is John Young killing it?
Probably. I'm sure he's done well on a couple of the workouts.
He's going to the semifinals? Like, is he in the top 60? No.
He did really well today. He made up like 1,000 spots today.
Oh, and you put Willie Georges is out. Willie George is out.
Well, not necessarily. If we go,
John Young is out as fuck. 10,000. Sorry, John. I love you. 10,000. He's toast, right? With one workout left.
Yeah, John's not making the semifinals.
He's 338th in his region. So, yeah.
Wait, how could you be 10,000th in the world?
Those are points. Those are points. He's 1,900 in the world.
Okay.
338 in his region.
Okay. Oh, it's not bad. Good job.
But if you look at Willie George, and actually this would be a great time to look at Halpin's spreadsheet as well, you can see that, okay, that was a typo on my part. He's either 84th or 83rd. He's not 843rd.
Okay.
So I mistyped that. And because it's a TH, I'm going to assume he should have been 84th. But he was like 183rd yesterday. And so he's moved up basically 50 spots with each workout since yesterday. And if he's able to even move up half of that many tomorrow, then he'll be right on the brink.
I'm looking down all the way to see where. Oh, he's on page 2. Damn.
Well, yeah, everyone on this, except for the Australian or the Oceanic guys, will be on page 2 of their respective competitive regions leaderboard. But but for Willie, Mike could show us by event that he's like consistently climbing the charts.
Who's Harry Lightfoot?
Just a competitor in Europe.
Have we ever seen him before? He's in 6th.
84th.
He's in 6th. What?
He's in 6th place right now. Harry Lightfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Okay. So those are the bubble guys. I didn't see any too big a names.
I mean,
in there.
that's a great call by you, Sevan. Harry Lightfoot is a name that I'm familiar with, but he's never done anything this good in a competitive competition. In quarterfinals the last 2 years, he was 251st and 129th in Europe. So to be 6th place worldwide in Europe right now is a remarkable improvement from anything we've seen from him previously.
You think he's
gotten better this year? Probably.
No, you think he's a Native American? You think he's American, like a Native American competing in England? I mean, how the fuck is his name Harry Lightfoot?
It seems like a very British name to me.
Harry Lightfoot?
Yeah. I feel like there's names like that all over the English Premier League. British guys.
Oh, no shit. All right. Oh, he looks like Zach Tillander, kind of. All right, he's a hoss.
Where are you looking? Please tell me you're not looking at his games profile.
No, I'm looking at his I'm looking at his Instagram here. I'll show you guys. Sorry, I'm just being selfish over here. Here we go. Here's Harry. Look, Amy Kringle follows him. And his scores were great. This isn't a fluke, right? All his scores are top 50.
Yeah, it's all top 42 on everything. Yeah, it's good. He's young, he's 24, so it's like,
look, he's in front of an American flag with a Rodman shirt. I'm sticking with Native American, Brian. I got 5 on it. Look at Rodman jersey in front of American flag. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. One thing is what?
The one thing that's potential, and I haven't checked to see this, is that maybe, because he's younger, maybe he's new to the sport, maybe he was just getting hammered by the other total and the 4 rep max front squat the last 2 years, and it was offsetting some good performances on Metcons. But this year where there's still some heavy tests, but there's nothing that's, a 1 rep max test. He might be able to avoid something like that and do a lot better. I mean, I would still say this is an extremely notable improvement.
You can tell right there that Brian, friend CrossFit, is aware of Harry Lightfoot. He liked his post.
Oh, he did? You saw it down there?
Mm-hmm.
And this
He
is
was at
this year.
Wapalooza. Yeah.
And he was at, okay. On a team? It looks like he's on a team?
Yeah, he's on a team with Willie George.
That makes sense, because when I went to his games profile, I was like, I think this guy's a team athlete, but he doesn't have any team experience in the CrossFit Games season, but he did at Wapalooza.
Do we want to look at the individual leaderboards and like just scroll around? I'd like to do that for the men in North America. Not that I don't trust your list.
Yeah, definitely. There might be some names that jump off you to you guys that didn't to me.
Can we look at that, like 50, the second page, Caleb, of the men after overall 4 workouts?
And by the way, just to give you one data point from Europe over the past 2 years, there was a guy that finished 8th at a European semifinal 2 years ago, and then the following year he was 1 spot out of making it to the semis. Because he finished like 63rd or 4th or 5th or whatever the last cutoff was that didn't get a backfill invite to semis. And it's like, man, like that guy's top 10 1 year in semifinals. He misses by a couple spots. Like, who knows what happens if he makes it this year to the semis?
Yeah. Look at this guy's name. Could you rank them in order right after you click that guy's name? Yeah, look at that. Sevan. That guy spells his name fucking wrong. Okay. And then just cruise us over to page 2. Okay, well, let's look at this top 10 real quick. Jeffrey Adler, Dallin Pepper, Samuel Cornway, Noah Olson, Tyler Christopher, Jack Farlow, Spencer Panchik, Jason Hopper, Roman Krennikov, James Sprague. Let's stop at Sprague and talk about how he's doing. Okay, so all the guys that I didn't know are gone.
These are the top 10 in North America only.
Yeah, these are all my
East
homies.
Only, North America East only. Yeah, and basically we're expecting, Halpin's projections expect 12 spots. And so if you look at this leaderboard, everyone who's in the top 12, you would not be surprised if I said these are the 12 that made it to the games.
Yeah, these are all my friends except for Jason Hopper. I know all these dudes.
But if you go, further down from there, and we see a bunch of other guys that I told you they made the games, you wouldn't necessarily be that surprised.
How old is Marquand? I mean, he has been around longer than me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think that's true.
Oh.
But he's been competing for a long time. And when I look at, these are obviously incredible scores. I haven't seen anything from Marquand Jones in the last couple of years that would make me think that he's competitive in a semifinal to get to the games. It doesn't mean that he can't do it, but I think that there are a lot of other guys that will outperform him when the semifinals roll around.
But he's going to, I mean, mathematically, he's going to the semifinals pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
no surprise about that. Like, he's definitely one of the 60 best guys in his competitive region. It's just, I would say he's more like 20th to 30th instead of like 10th to 15th.
Okay. Griffin Raleigh, I was on the demo team last year. Keep going. And let me know if you see any young guy. Oh, look there's Nate Ackerman. How's he? That's the kid,
Nate's
right?
Doing great. He's very young. Benoit Boulanger we've talked about him a few times. Right above that, that's Caroline Lambray's coaches him. She also coaches Jeff Adler, obviously. And
how long has she been coaching that dude?
Years. He's been competing at Wapalooza. He's been doing better and better in semifinals over the past 2 years. I think that he is a top 20 guy in this region for sure, with outside chance to make the games. Nate Ackerman, this is a great performance for him. 21st here. He was something like 250th last year in North America. Remember, they were combined. They only took 120, so we could extrapolate this and say he's somewhere about 40th or something. So he's made it, he's doing a lot better.
Is he the youngest male who's doing great in the CrossFit space? Hold on. I want to talk about Benoit real quick before you go. No? Who's the younger guy who's doing better? Who's the younger guy?
Victor Hoffer is just as old as him and is doing remarkably better.
Okay. By the way, just so you guys know, Benoit Boulanger is probably Jeffrey Adler's saving grace. His wife is his coach, and she's probably breathing down his fucking neck so hard all the time. And Benoit's like, when she talks to Benoit, he's probably like, oh, fuck. Thank you.
If you keep going down a couple more spots, you'll see Alexander Caron, perennial games athlete.
Alex Smith, is he a serious contender, or is he a model who's trying to stay in shape?
I think he's planning to compete on a team with Ben this year. So so there's that.
I bet they don't go. Something happens, knocks them off. There's
Well,
no
it's
way.
not. I mean, look, it's not great. They had to withdraw from Wadapalooza because of an injury to Alec, and Ben's now pulling out of quarterfinals because of something that's bothering him. So, yeah,
is Dane in the mix? Is he what part of the team?
He's on my bubble watch. So I think he's in 62nd in the North America East right now. I don't know if he's the alternate on their team or not. It would make sense that he would be, unless it's just like too difficult for him to compete with the job that he has.
Dennis Samsonoff, or does that mean he got the exemption? Because I see his name in there, because he's not American, right?
He did get the exemption, and he was one of the athletes who was unable to travel to Europe last year, so it makes a lot of sense that he would get the exemption this year to Asia. Excuse me.
Free Ellie. We should start a free Ellie. Where do the liberals go? Change.org. Free Ellie. Anthony Voracek.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know him. Good name, strong name.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around for a while as well. Solid competitor, make the semifinals. But
this Sevan guy, is this someone I could get behind? Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Sevan? I don't know him at all.
Oh, too old. Can't
He
invest
skipped
in
past
anybody.
Luke Parker. He made up a lot of ground yesterday.
Yeah, he was in the 90s and he jumped up to in the 30s here.
Oh, what's the workout tomorrow?
Deadlifts and go ahead.
Yeah, it's 21:59 of deadlifts at increasing weight and increasing difficulty of upper body pulling. 21 chest to bars, 15 bar muscle up, and 9 rope climbs.
Is Luke going to take that?
Well, he'll do fine on that. I mean, you look at his scores there, the 124th. The high skill gymnastics, that's not like that bad of a score. 142nd. A lot of the Mayhem athletes struggled with this workout relative to the other ones. I don't know if that's just that they're all not that good at the crossovers or whatever, but 25th on the lifting workout yesterday, and 27th on this. So the barbell's not going to be an issue, and I think that his upper body pulling will outperform his upper body pressing from the first workout.
And no, Dane is in 62nd and not their alternate. I wonder who the third dude is on the team. Oh, I wonder if Ben texts me back.
I might be able to tell. You can sometimes tell who the alternates are. I'll look.
Ben wrote back to me, "Are you spending some time on the leaderboard?" Because I asked him 9 reps. All right. It doesn't sound like he's injured, so that's good. Okay, keep going down. Let's see. Keep going. We might just jump to page 2 here in a minute. Thank you, Georgiana Brain. Ben Sexton. Okay, is he related to Nate Sexton, the great frisbee golfer?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Next 50, Mr. Beaver. Halpin looks like Napoleon Dynamite's brother. Okay, I don't recognize anyone's name in 50 through 58. Keep going a little more. 59.
Gary Jones is maybe a notable guy there. He won the Masters Fitness Collective 30 to 34 division last year. You don't care.
I couldn't find it. Dane Smith.
There's Alex Vigneault. We had saw him in 163rd yesterday. So very similarly to Willie Georges, he made up 100 spots in one day.
Wow. It's weird to see a guy right like this on the bubble who at some point could have been considered a podium contender at the CrossFit Games.
I don't know if he was ever a podium contender, but he was certainly a contender for top 10 at the Games multiple years.
All right. Thanks for ruining my story. Please continue down, Beaver. Jason Ray, Jeffrey Verdon, Zane, Benjamin. All right. Good luck to all you guys down here. I don't recognize a single one of you.
I know a bunch of you guys.
Al Fisher.
All right. Can we cruise over to the ladies? So this is North America East.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest spot for men and women in North America?
I think that the numbers show that it's a deeper field than North America West, if that's what you're asking.
Yes. Why can't you say harder?
Men or women?
Because it might not, depending on the number of spots that are allocated, even though it's a deeper field, it might be easier to qualify if they have 13 spots compared to 8, and the top end of the men's field in the West is extremely heavy, then you're going to have very, very little hope or room for error to get in.
Okay.
Whereas in North America East, even though it's a deep field with 5 or 6 extra spots to play for, we have to wait and see how that shakes out. If it ends up being 12 and 10, then I would say that it's harder in the East.
Mallory O'Brien, Brooke Wells, Gabriella Magawa, Ariel Lowen, Laura Horvat, Annika Greer. Annika Greer, surprised to be up here in 6th?
She submitted her scores.
Look, she was doing great on the quarterfinals workouts last year that she did submit. I would say regardless of that, we're looking at the worldwide. Regardless of that, these performances are exceptional, yeah.
But she got wrecked at Wadapalooza, right? She didn't look so good. Was she there? Where did we see her get wrecked? Or was that Dubai? Somewhere
Rogue.
She got wrecked.
Rogue.
Rogue. She got wrecked there, right?
Yeah, she didn't do as well as a lot of people had thought.
Okay, so one more time, North America East, Mal O'Brien, Brooke Wells, Annika Greer 3rd. Awesome, man. I mean, she's hanging with some bosses. Emma Lawson, Daniel Brandon, Alexis Raptis, Amanda Barnhart, Emma Carey, Fisa Gaffi. I don't know who that is. Carolyn Stanley.
We've talked about her. I think I want to say that either Patrick or I wrote about her even as someone to watch this year. JR knows her well.
The Fergie Show, Annika Greer has a world-class dump truck. Oh, right. I was like, she's into cars. Kyra Milligan, Sydney Wells, McKenna Enslin.
Someone sent me something about her today.
I don't know her either.
I didn't know her either, but I have a bunch of notes on her now.
We should get Annika Greer on the show. She's one of the best guests we had. She could be on here with us.
That was also... Wasn't that also this time last year, but it was before the score submission issue?
Yeah, Hiller brought her on without asking. That kind of pissed me off, but she kind of hit it out of the park. She's a go-getter. And honest, right? What about McKenna Enslin, Brian?
Follows Misfit training, trains with Paige Semenza on the weekends, has not redone any of the workouts, competitive gymnastics and cheerleading background. She's currently in her last year of PT school. She drives back and forth 75 minutes to train at CrossFit Vertex 5 days a week. Vertex CrossFit.
Good looking dog.
Let me see this. There was something in here that you guys need to see. A comment. I hope this is just bullshit. Brian Halpin and Caleb, Shea dance. Beautiful. She. Thank you. She danced with her beautiful hair. Emma Lawson mentioned a shoulder injury. I hope she's okay. Maybe Beaver, we could go to her. Oh, Halpin, let me see your iPhone case. I thought we had the same one. Okay. I hope that's not true. Oh shit! Brian just corrected Sevan's English. Only 72 times a show. What do you mean? Oh shit. Okay. Oh, Caleb's already off onto that other search. We need two Calebs.
I didn't see anything on her Instagram. But.
Okay, Caleb, you are truly remarkable at what you do. By the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You know what, Sevan? So are you.
Thank you. Shit, Halpin. You're going to be remarkable at what you do someday. I see it.
My spreadsheets are just waiting for their time.
Your spreadsheets are money.
They're far from remarkable.
Caleb, where are we at? I still want to look at like 50 through 70 of the ladies in the East. I think we're doing good for time. I think we can do this for all the regions. I think okay, Sydney Wells, Enslin, Jordan. Oh, Paige Powers. But what's going on here? We happy with this?
She's got top 5 on 3 workouts there. She just...
Yeah, this is one of those situations that I was alluding to yesterday, and it doesn't look as obvious when you only have 2 tests, but when you have 4 tests, you can say like, okay, well, obviously there's something wrong with the second test. Like this is not reflective of her fitness in the same way that the others are. And so it's very much like what I think Mike was talking about last night with Tia at the games. You're not going to look at her speed skill, medley score and say, oh my God, she's losing it, her touch. Like it was an execution error. It was a nuance of that workout that's kind of annoying that she didn't execute well. So she takes the worst finish she's had in however long. And we look at, like I said, a lot of the Mayhem athletes were struggling with this. I thought that the Mayhem athlete scores, the ones that did it on site, there's so many of them were so bad relative to everything else that they did that I thought they might have miscounted the crossover reps, because I miscounted the reps and then I redid it and I did a full round better. And so, if they were miscounting them and they were all getting 6+ rounds instead of 5+ rounds, that would make a lot more sense. But it turns out they were just struggling with this movement for whatever reason.
Look at that name, everyone, Paige Powers, and look at that score, 4th, 1st, and 3rd. If she would have taken 48th place on that second workout, she'd be best in the world right now. She'd be winning the fucking Open.
Well, that's not true.
Ahead of Mal O'Brien. It is true. I did the math.
This is not the Open. First of all, that's the first problem.
Oh,
And the second problem is Mal has 16 total points. So
how many? No. I thought she had 59.
Oh, well, these rankings are only for the North America East region. So in this region, Mal has 16. If we look at the worldwide rankings, Paige's scores will be a lot lower.
Oh God, you screwed up my whole story. I was just getting so high on my Paige Powers scores. Okay, let me 16 points. So that's 8. Listen, people, look at this name, Paige Powers. If she would have gotten 7th place, which would have been her worst workout in the first 4 quarterfinal workouts. So good so far?
Yep.
If she would have gotten 7th in that, she'd be beating Mal O'Brien. Don't sleep on Paige, man. Don't sleep on Paige. Yeah, I blame her judge too.
He was her judge.
Oh. No, it says Bailey Rail.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. Roran Scott doing great. Roran is the athlete with the most viral CrossFit video in the history of the sport. Brilliant. Where the bar, I don't know. It's got to be seen again somewhere, but it's the one the bar fell. That was at semifinals last year.
She almost put me to work.
Yes, she did. Tori Dyson, been around forever, former training partner of Katrin David's daughter. I think she's over at Comp Train. She's the original muscle hamster. I think Brian and I met her together for the first time in Albany, maybe together.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna see the video.
Caleb, can you unblock Mark Moss? Who's that?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, shit, Caleb. Oh, shit. That's not even the lift I was talking about. She got one of those too in the bank. Here we go, people. 230 pounds. God, this chick's incredible. We're going to get in trouble for this? Where is this? Thank you. Good pause. Here we go, people. Most famous lift in CrossFit Games affiliate history. Here we go. Oh my God. Close. Oh. Sorry, close. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Oh, she's got a girls motivation video.
Oh, maybe they're not going to show it in the girls motivation video.
They need to.
Never mind. That's it.
Oh. I wish I knew what this was in reference to. Cherish talks, making fun of how someone talks reminds me of middle school. We can do so much better than that. Yeah, make fun of their nose or their size of their hog or something. Or that their mom still dresses them. Okay. Let's go back to the list. Good job, Caleb. Single-handedly. People, this is not easy what Caleb's doing. Juggling content, pulling it up from the World Wide Web, the world's largest library, our world's largest archive. Roran Scott, any chance, Brian? Tell me about her. Any chance this one helping? Can she go to the games? She's never been to the games, right?
No, she's not. And does she have a chance? I would say it's very small.
Okay. She hasn't shit the bed on any of these. 90 seconds, not bad, right?
No, and
it's for this region, though.
Saying, but nevertheless, it's it's a workout that if I'm looking at this and I'm assessing her, what she's done so far in the this competition, that's the one that I would be okay with her having if it was 90-second on workout 1 or 3 or 4, it would be more concerning to me about our chances to make the game than workout 2.
Jesse, here I got something for you, right here. Okay, let's keep going.
I just unblocked Mark Moss, by the way.
Who is Mark Moss? How did he get blocked? A wrench blocked
He's
him?
about to
Probably.
say something.
Oh no, that guy's cool. Someone must have blocked him on accident. That guy's
Yeah.
a reg.
He actually he is a cool guy.
Very cool.
Sevan, I showed my black caulk in the side chat we have. Bet you were isn't there? Shut the fuck up. Please keep scrolling down. Haley, get me that photo from the private chat, please. Jessica Kaligian, Armenian girl. Any chance she's going?
I mean, I've heard, she competed on Mayhem, was the third team Justice last year. And I heard that she's rounding into some pretty good form this season. So she's one that I'm excited to see when semifinals come around.
Paige Semenza, games athlete.
Definitely good chance to make it to games. Yeah.
Alrighty. I see Lexi Neely, Nicole Gibson Burke, Shelby Neal. You like her, right? You mention her name every once in a while.
Yep, definitely should keep an eye on her this year at semis.
Carolyn Prevost.
Yeah, what the cool thing about Carolyn Prevost is, what's the thing that she's always been worst at? Double unders. Good memory.
Okay, thank you.
She's like always struggling on double under workouts. Well, she was 15th in a region on this crossover workout, so she's pretty happy about the different jump rope standard, I would say.
All right, good on her. Carolyn Spencer.
She's competing on a team this year, but otherwise she would be in the conversation for the games.
It's Ben Smith's team.
Adia Fish, Sarah Hogue, Callista Lang, Jordan Malm, Ashley Schumacher. That's the Brute Strength podcast guys chick.
Yeah, but she's also going team this year.
Kira Napoli, Logan Philo-Luce, Allison Stahl. Allison, that's 2 L's, please.
I can talk about number 43.
Okay, let's do it. Matt. We saw her somewhere.
She was at the semifinal 2 years ago.
Wasn't somewhere soon more recently than that? Wadapalooza or Dubai?
No.
And she trains with Mike Halpin. They're training partners, I think.
She's a little too tall. She's a little too tall, Mike, for she's a little too tall for a games athlete, buddy.
Level. Her coach is Sam Briggs.
Oh.
She trains out of the affiliate that I've been kicking around for a little bit. Her and Ashley, I'm going to say her last name wrong. She was
I think it's Giroux.
Giroux. Yeah, there we go. She's up the list a little bit. Yeah, I've been watching both of them this week as they compete. Maggie's pretty excited to try to get back to semifinals here. She missed last year because of some injuries.
I wonder how that dude Mark, if you get banned on accident, how you get back in. Like, how do you find someone to unfuck you?
It's the group chat. It's the power of the group chat.
Oh. Thoughts on Luke Parker's quarter final performance so far? Oh, buddy, that was so fucking 15 minutes ago.
He's doing fine. All he needs to do is get to the semifinal. I mean, I would say that based on what we've seen from Luke Parker at the Fittest Experience through the Open and the quarterfinals, that even if you asked him, I would think he hasn't performed as well as he was hoping to do. But all that matters for him is that semifinal weekend, and he's in a solid position to get there. And then we'll see.
This girl looks young. She looks like, you know who she kind of looks like? She looks like a young Michelle Kinney. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep scrolling down. Here we go. We're getting close to the bubble. That's where we want to be. We want to be on the bubble. We want. Okay. Let's do it. Paige Dose. Sorry, ladies. I'm not ignoring you, but we got a lot of people to go through. Daniel Paran. Oh, I recognize that name too. Is that a different Paran?
No.
Danny Paran.
Who?
No,
She's just. Oh, it's not.
This is Dana Paran, I think.
Oh.
Because Danny Haran's a lot older than 27. I think this is Dana Paran from that we saw compete at Dubai this year, who has the Olympic weightlifting background.
Yeah,
and she did second to Kara Freyova on the strength tests there.
I get her confused.
That's why you look at her lifting there. Second place and a 346 is one of the best times in the world. And basically she's shown that she can compete with some of the best in the world on these types of tests.
Amanda Fisher, Jessica Schwartz. She was on on one of my Tyler Watkins fitness Even though every time I tell it to you, you don't believe me. But she was on one of my teams. I picked her because of her last name. And I don't recognize any of these other people. Let me see this. Take a stab at number 57, Nina. What's her name?
Vragovic.
Okay. That was pretty good. Faith Stewart.
Right on
Bailey-
the cut line.
Bailey
Yeah, but
Bentley.
as we said, there's a lot of athletes, especially in this region that we've gone through, who will be not a lot, but probably at least a half a dozen that are competing on team. So presumably they won't be factored in, or they will decline their invite.
North America West. Let's cruise over to the boys. You good with this, Brian? Mike?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I don't.
How
think
come we
that
didn't see Colton? How come we didn't see Colton?
Because he's
He's
in the West.
He doesn't live in Georgia?
No.
Iowa.
Iowa, that's right.
But basically, I don't think that there are that many athletes in North America, because of how many spots they get, that would be relevant in the semifinal if they made it there, that will miss the semifinal. We obviously have one case study of that not being the case with Bailey Rail from 2 years ago. But outside of that, I think it's pretty unlikely that you miss someone in North America because of how wide they're casting the net relative to the number of spots, that you're going to miss someone who would possibly make the games. I do think that there's a better chance of that happening in Europe.
Oh, what about Fuselier here? Rebecca Fuselier.
We're on the men's leaderboard.
Was she on the East or she West?
West.
Oh, good. This is cool. People I like or still have a chance. Okay. Justin Medeiros. Dude, second first. This is just in this region, though. This isn't the world. Patrick
Correct.
Vellner. A guy I'd never heard of until Brian started throwing his name around recently. Bill Leahy.
Yeah, he's everything that I've seen from him, everything that I've heard from him, everyone I've spoken to makes me feel that this guy is the real deal, and I think that he will be well in contention for a games spot at the semifinal. I mean, I still have him inside my top 40 in the worldwide rankings.
Do you know what he did before CrossFit? What his sport is?
We might have a note of it somewhere. I don't remember offhand, and I don't want to misspeak on his behalf.
Nick Matthew, Cole Grayshaber.
Greasaber.
Yep, him. Greashaber. Jack Rosema. Mitchell Stevenson. Do I know Mitchell Stevenson?
Yeah, for sure. He was the 5th place in the 2018 regional in California that we were at. It was pretty competitive, and he snuck in there at the last spot. He was very close to making it last year. I can't remember if he finished maybe 7th, 8th at the Mid-Atlantic. No, 6th.
Man bun? Has he got a
and then
man bun?
6th. He has at some points in his career had longer hair.
Scott Tetlow, Chandler Smith, Brent Fikowski, Cole Sager, Matt Poulin, Luis Oscar Mora. Oh, Mexico is North America. All right, that makes sense. Philip Muscarella, Colton Mertens. There he is.
All right, show's over.
Any
all the way down,
concerns? Any concerns with Colton? Is Colton going to the games?
So we're looking at North America West. I'm expecting 9 or 10 spots to go. So if you just look at all of the people ahead of him, basically all of the people in the top 10, I think that 7 of those 10 will make it to the games. Cole Sager's probably 8. So if Colton's going to make it, he's going to have to get one of the last 2 spots in. But when you start looking down the leaderboard a little bit further, you also see guys like Tudor Magda and Sam Quant. So it's going to be extremely challenging to make it, I think, this year.
Because Sam Quant's going.
I mean, Sam Quant has this pattern of being like, amazing, something happens. Amazing, something happens. So he was obviously amazing last year. I hope that he can start stringing some consistent years together. But yeah, when I'm looking at this leaderboard for semifinals, I will probably have Sam Quant ranked 3rd or 4th.
Ryan Knutson. Is that a real name?
Knutson, probably.
Knutson. Sevi, Colton isn't tall enough to ride the ride. That's pretty clever. Brian, how many workouts will be at the semifinals?
Is that for sure?
Yeah.
And how do you know that?
I don't know that that's confirmed.
Okay.
He probably got it from the morning chalk up. He probably got it from the morning chalk up.
It's going to be in Georgia, and Alabama.
Did you see the Morning Chalk Up got a new editor? Your boy Joe.
Well, he's not new. He's been there longer than anyone else who's been there.
Well, there's some sort of announcement there.
He's in a role that he's been in before, but he had not been in 2 days ago, and now he is, which is basically that he's the editor of the newsletter, like the chief editor.
Is that the most senior position you can have there?
Outside of like an owner, I think. Yeah.
So he's the big dog now. This guy. Good. God, Caleb. Managing editor, Joe Palawa.
Joe Jonathan Palawa.
Why does he have a hyphenated name?
You want to have him on the show and you can ask him?
Joe Jonathan Palawa. You think that's his wife's name and his name?
I'm not sure.
Caleb's saying no. Will begin leading the Morning Chalk Up editorial team as its managing editor, though his name may be new to some our audience. Joe is all but new to our team. Okay, it's just what Brian said. Okay, thank you. Brian, we should put together a panel. Maybe me, you, Patrick Clark, and Lauren Khalil, and come on the show and just talk about the state of affairs of media in the CrossFit space. What do you think? You game?
I mean, I've specifically told you no.
Can't you fake it a little bit? No one knows that. Can't you be like, well, it's
now
a great
everyone
idea,
knows it.
Let me see if we can get that.
I had been privately contemplating changing my answer to yes, but now that you put me on the spot publicly, I'm definitely
punished.
Yes.
Chris Besterfield, fancy titties. Thank you. It's the shirt. And Mike, Sevan's been hitting rails all day, or what? Just at the skate park. Just at the skate park. Okay. Where were we before I got derailed? Isn't there supposed to be something on the screen that prompts me? We were looking at West. It is interesting. Let's talk about Quant being down there and Tudor Magda. They have to. You're so sorry. Let's see the top 7 again, Brian. Just to catch you guys up on where we were 5 minutes ago. Brian's saying about 7 or 8 guys he thinks are going to make it after the worldwide ranking figures out who's going to go from this region.
9 or 10. I think they'll get 9 or 10 spots.
Okay, so we know Justin, Patrick, Nick Matthew. We'll throw Billy in there. Let's throw Grieshaber in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5.
I dropped down to Smith, Fikowski, and Sager as the next
Chandler, Fikowski. Okay, keep going.
That's 8, and then if you throw Magda,
no, that's Quant, 7. That's 7.
Sager also.
Okay, Sager. Okay,
Magda and Quant. Now you're at 10, and it's possible they won't get 10 spots.
Okay, keep going a little bit. Keep going. Let's see how far we go down to Tudor, Magda, and Quant. Okay. And then is there anyone else down below them that's fucking dangerous? Okay, so Colton's going to ward out with one of these ding dongs at the bottom.
Now they could get 10 spots. That would be good for him. But what I have been saying, and what I think is kind of well known about the men's division specifically in the West, is that it's very top heavy. Like all of those people that I said, there's not a single one of those people that we listed off that you'd be like, that guy doesn't belong at the games. You'd be like, no, I want to see every one of those guys at the games.
I think Usman's done too, by the way. I think fucking he's toast. I think he should just sail off somewhere.
Oh my God, did you watch the fight today?
Holy shit. You watched it? No. Listen, I want you guys to know something. Brian, please don't screw this up like you screwed up my Page Powers. I want you to know something about Colton Mertens. Look at the top 10 guys again. Look at those guys. If you had money and you had to bet, and the bet was pick anyone on this list that you're 100, that I'm going to give you $1,000, and you can pick one guy who's going to take first place in one of the semifinal workouts. Your money has to go on Colton, not Justin Medeiros, not Patrick Vellner, not fucking Chandler Smith, not fucking any of these guys, not Fikowski. It's Colton Merton. So on one hand, Brian's counting him out or saying he's going to be on the bubble, but remember, he's most likely to win an event out of all of these guys who will be at the semifinals. Okay. True or false?
Are we ready
Is that good?
Do you want me to debunk that, or do you want me to just let you get away with it?
No, debunk that shit. You can't. He's a boss.
I can't.
No, he's guaranteed. There's going to be one. There's going to be 2 workouts that are in his wheelhouse. He's dangerous. Okay. He's the only snake with true venom out of the group.
I wish I had enough time to accurately debunk you here. But we'll do it. We'll try to do it in a quick manner.
Look at Knutsen's in the house. Isn't Knutsen a guy that Isn't that one of the guys we were just talking about?
Well, you pronounced his name most likely incorrectly once, and you've done it again. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think it's Knutson.
Like, Colton isn't a river in Egypt. He's trying to make a denial joke.
No, Sevan might be right about this. In the last 2 years at semifinals, Colton Mertens has 3 event wins. However, this year, the semifinal fields will be twice as competitive as they've been before. So we'd have to go, we'd have to check and see what other people have 3 event wins over the last 2 years that are in that. Well, you're saying any semifinal or just specifically his?
I'm just saying this is it right here. I don't even talk millennial talk, but this is some Twitter bullshit right here. Ryan Oak says it. Short king, Brian is high, Colton for the win.
I think if he put Colton for the win in the middle, he could have a good haiku there.
I know. What the fuck is that? That is such. Okay, here we go. I'm open. Tetlo's greater than Mertens. Don't block me, Sebi. I'm a fucking. Let me tell you, Tetlo's.
Didn't they go head to head?
If I had to pick Tetlo's a bowling ball, dude. He's a freight train. I'm game. I love some Tetlo. I would love to get on the Tetlo train. I hope he fucks shit up there. Yeah. I want to invest wisely. I mean, I'd love to get behind the Jew. Scroll down the gold bomb, dude, but I just don't think he's going to go back to like 20th place, second. I'd like to get behind that dude. Roldan gold bomb, 19th. Fucking Mexican Jew. I'd love that, but I just can't invest the energy in him, and then he fucking shits the bed.
Did you read up about him on the Morning Chocolate?
No. How's he doing? Is he good? Does he have a chance?
No, they did a profile of him.
Oh. I'll go over there. And I could get brainwashed and start liking him on accident. Okay, keep going. I saw some names down there I want to talk about. Let's keep going a little bit.
Daniel,
wait.
That guy Daniel in 21st is interesting to me. Chrissy Barr is a little interesting to me. Young guys.
You should separate that guy's name a little bit more. You shouldn't say it so fast.
Which?
24. It sounded like you said Chrissy Barra, like it's a girl. Chris Ibarra.
Chris?
Yeah,
Ibarra?
Chris. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Drake Lewis, 31st. Leonel Franco, 33rd. Also, guys, interesting to me. Logan Ewing, 36th. The guy who's been training with Roman.
Wait a second. Leonel Franco is a fucking American?
Yeah.
He was in Dubai?
We covered him at the Zalos games.
Oh, I hope he doesn't make it. His name's so hard for me to say, Leonel.
Anthony Davis is in this region as well. He's down in 48th. He's probably got scores all over the board. Actually, he's only got one bad score, which is on the first workout. Anthony Davis, he's in 48th, but
I hope he makes it.
I mean, it's, the problem for him is that it's, being as competitive as it is specifically, it's somewhat depending on the programming. Like there are things that could pop up that would just eliminate him because he's going to take such a low finish on him. But on like 90% of things, he's probably good enough to compete. And he is another guy that would be worth betting on to win one event at a semifinal.
I agree. Something
probably more likely than Colton. Even.
Easy, not true. Hey, and he can do some weird shit. Like Anthony Davis got pull-ups, and he's fucking a giant.
Yeah, muscle ups, pull ups. I mean, it's the inverted stuff. So you see him take him hit on that, and I can almost guarantee you. I think he's been working on his handstand walking. I'm sure he gave away a lot of time on the handstand walking relative to the best in the world, but I'm guessing that he really got hung up on those last 20 handstand push-ups.
Don't turn Anthony Davis upside down. Okay, before you go to the next page, I want to go back. Didn't forget you, Logan. Logan Ewing. This is Roman Krennikov's training partner, injured at the Zelos games. What's the deal here? This mayhem athlete. What's the deal here? This guy.
Once again, worst score is on that jump rope workout.
Okay.
He's showing some good strength there, being able to move a heavy barbell well, and I would expect he'll probably do well on workout 5. The other scores are okay, but okay is not going to get it done in this region if you want to go to the games.
All right. Let's check out the fifth page 2, por favor. Anthony Davis doesn't stand a chance against Colton in pull-ups. Fair, but Anthony Davis is special. I mean, for a big guy, he does some kind of some just remarkable big guy shit.
Before we get off of it, the interesting thing about Logan Ewing, he's competing. He lives in Cookeville, Tennessee. He's competing in the West because he has his family lives in Colorado.
Okay,
and we know that there are some athletes that have kind of played this game of trying to decide whether North America, East or West, is going to be more favorable to them.
Yeah.
And in this case, I'm not sure he's made the right choice. I mean, we just talked about how difficult it's going to be to get in the West, and that the East might have 3 or 4 extra spots. And even though it is competitive and it is deep, I'm not sure that the top 10 in North America East are better than the top 10 in North America West.
Mike, there's someone in the window back there helping. Back there behind you. Oh no, they're gone. They went around the side of the house.
I'll get them.
They were carrying something.
Oh, good.
Okay. Alessandro, Nico, Rankin, Stewart, Greg Gross, Clay, Jason, Zobat, Parker, Justin Doing.
You're gonna find one.
Oh, Sean Sweeney. There he is.
There it is.
Is that our guy?
I think he's retired.
Okay.
But,
He's retired.
maybe not. Maybe he's coming back.
When does the Roids talk start becoming relevant? Different show. We got a different guy for Roid talk.
There's a guy for that? You know a guy for that?
Yeah, we have a guy.
One of your good friends is an 88, Sevan.
Who's that? Keep going. Oh, Ryan Jevney. Wow, look at that. One of the original people who helped me with the podcast. Good job, Ryan. Holy shit.
I mean, he's been in a similar spot before, just outside of a semifinal. Last year he went team, made the semifinals with his team. I thought he looked very good relative to his teammates at the workouts that he did there. And I asked him if he was going to go individual this year. He said yes. It's not impossible for him to make up this ground, but it's going to be tough. That first workout, not great. Then he had another poor one on the fourth one, and it seems like you can really only afford one. That's not that great.
What about who was I going to say? There was some boy I was going to say.
Jordy Camerillion?
No.
There isn't.
Jorge Fernandez. So here's the thing. I know he's going team, but are you telling me that if he doesn't do he's not going to get worldwide ranking points because he's going team and he won't get points for doing the quarterfinals, even though he could kick ass in them? How's that work?
Yeah, I don't think he signed up. Helping can verify for sure.
So team people are kind of fucked.
Well, no, they just have a choice to make. They can pay $50 to get 1,980 points and do the workouts at 80-90% speed, or they could forego those points and focus on their pursuit for the season.
When's the next thing that the teams people do?
2 weeks.
Can we just see?
No, 1 week. 1 week.
Let me see what Jorge Fernandez is doing. Can we see that?
No, I don't think he's doing anything. I don't think he's participating
at all. You check.
I don't think he has any scores on the board.
Oh, I just want to see if he signed up. I want to see if he paid the $50 to get to.
Yeah. And I'm saying I don't think he has.
He's not listed.
Okay.
Oh, he is doing them? Hitting the Indy Q this week with my boys, but I haven't seen him on the leaderboards.
I don't see him on the leaderboard.
He sent me a picture of the gym where he's doing the quarterfinals at, or where I don't know for sure if he's doing it, but he sent. No, he's somewhere. He grew up in a border town, and there's a CrossFit gym there, and they didn't have a rope in the gym, so they pulled. I don't know what are those things called. They're cherry pickers or whatever. It's like one of those machines that it's like an accordion underneath, and it goes up high. Yeah, and they tied a rope to it, and it's outside in front of the gym so people can do. Katie, do you have a bell that goes off as soon as Sevan mentions you? I did not mention her. Do not make her head any bigger than it is. Katie Gannon. Barely get to a doorway. Okay. Oh, it's look at Patrick. He knows everything. It's his home gym in Texas. He's not doing quarterfinals there. He's at Invictus. Okay. Oh, scissor lift. Thank you, scissor lift. Okay. Ryan Knutson. I owned an affiliate for 8 years and qualified for regionals in 2017. Concerned on V-ups and crossovers being our next step. That's like short talk, millennial Twitter talk. Okay, I would like to. I think we have the women to do in North America, and then it looks like we're going to have time to get this all done pretty quickly here. Then we'll cruise over to Europe, where we will see a little more contentious and heated Brian because he knows that there's people over there who deserve to go that might not make it. Deserve. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, in the West, one of the podcast's all-time favorite human beings, Ariel Lowen, second place. Also love the great Alex Gazan, Kelly Baker. God, that is awesome. Danny Spiegel, another favorite of the podcast. Rebecca Fuslie, another favorite. Fea Moosbrugger. We didn't make it out of the honeymoon phase. Emily Rolfe, fucking legend. Christine Kohlenbrander, savage. Zelos Games had her on the podcast, a true lady. Lauren Fisher, been around since the dawn of time. Olivia Kerstetter, breaks.
Lauren Fisher's not even 30 yet.
Oh,
she's been competing in the sport for a long time.
She got miles. She got miles on her. Olivia Kerstetter, what's the deal here? What is she doing?
She's doing great.
But is she...
You look at this, and this is exactly what you'd expect from her. Very gymnastics dense workout. Not that great. Strength workout, number 3. Amazing. That second place in her region in the 4th workout. Very impressive. 16th place on the jump rope. Not bad.
But is she going adult or is she going a child?
We'd have to ask her. I think she's going to show up to the semifinals for the adults.
And then and does that mean she's made a decision or no?
If she does at that point, I think. I don't even know, man. They changed the rules for that.
She could still do the age group next.
Yeah, but if she shows up for semifinals,
oh yeah, that's it.
Like I think after quarterfinals, you have to decide. You can't do the online semifinals and the.
You can't accept an invite to both.
Right.
You can or can't.
You cannot.
I think that's the point you have to decide.
Jesse Mosqueda. I just want everyone to know that Jesus did not walk on water. Okay, well, thank you, Jesse. I always thought that part was true in the book. I didn't know, but thank you. Okay.
There were several firsthand accounts of it.
I know, but he's saying you can't take it literally.
Another guy actually went out there with him.
Oh, that's weird. He has another post here that says Brian takes things too literally. Well, that's why you think that, Brian. Oh, shit. Halpin, go ahead. I know you have to defend. Go ahead. Did he, Halpin? I said mention Jesus, and Halpin got all fucking puffy-chested, pointing his nipples up in the air. Go ahead. Tell us. Did he or did he not walk on water?
I'm just saying, there was another guy that also walked on water right next to him.
Serious?
He fell in, though. It's part of the first-hand account.
Oh, right. That's and that's the line, he of little faith?
Yeah.
God, that book has some incredible lines in it.
It's the top-selling book worldwide.
Shit that will last the test of time. Sevan, the people need another Ariel podcast. Okay. The thing is, I'll tell you guys off the air why I can't have Ariel on here too much. I really like her. She's awesome. I like her too much.
Just so you know, we're still on there.
Oh shit. Okay. Allison Weiss, thank you. Allison Scuds, Bailey Rail. Oh, okay. We have another East Coast young lady participating in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before we go any further, I want to go back up to the top. Important to mention Cindy Mikulishin, and we're going to play this little game again here. Brian, do the men and the women get the same amount of qualifiers?
There's no guarantee of that, but it will likely be very close.
Okay, and
you understand why, right? Because it's all predicated on what happened the last 2 seasons, and those are the regions that had the most opportunity. So there's not. They're gonna get 9 or 10 spots.
Okay, right, and I get why, because it's worldwide ranking and the points are different, and it was kind of a stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I appreciate you being.
Maybe people who are not clear about that, so it's fine.
Okay, there might be other dumb people, is what you're saying. I appreciate you being gentle with me.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
It's if you're not clear what's going on with the worldwide ranking or the strength of field or the allocation of game spots, you are not dumb.
Okay.
It's just that the system is not that easy to understand unless you listen to people like us talk about it or spend some time sitting with it.
And if you don't get it, don't worry, because it's not going to be here for very long. It's not going to be here
in some capacity, but I would be surprised if it wasn't notably different in a few ways next year.
Kelly Baker, if you should go to her Instagram and see her.
Kelly Baker has not been she hasn't really been trying to compete to make the games for the last couple of years. She's been competing in CrossFit for a long time. She's had some great team accomplishments. She frequently competes in Wadapalooza. She won the fittest experience this year. But she has, in the last several years, she's gotten married, she's moved, and now she's kind of rededicated herself to making this pursuit. And I think that she's has a great opportunity to make the games this year.
I think she has a great opportunity to make the games too. She could be fucking Wonder Woman. They should make a TV show Wonder Woman. She should be the Wonder Woman. The Gal Gadot can be the movie one, and this chick could be the TV one. Who's Kelly Baker?
Caleb, that post where she's doing the inverted handstand push up there with her hands on the wall. What is that? When is that from?
I'm gonna use the bathroom while you look at this.
What's the date on this? Can we see it? 3 weeks ago? Oh, she's doing a handstand hold. But why is that? Is that a 10-inch line there? Who knew to have a 10-inch line there 3 weeks ago? Or is this during the Open? Must be right.
Yeah,
during
she
the
did.
Open.
She had just done. Oh, actually, she had just done 23.1. So that's before that was announced.
Anyway, just because it seemed to be far back in her feed, it caught my eye. I think that what Sevan was getting at here is to look at the top 10 from the women's field in the West and to talk about what's the likelihood or how difficult is it going to be to qualify here for these women. And so, we're just going to assume he was going to ask that, and going down the list, Lowen, Gazan, Baker, Spiegel, I would say have definitely a good chance to make the games. There are some athletes in this division that I think have better chances than the ones that are currently in the top 10 to make it. I mean, I would say Emily Rolfe is a great bet. But Fusile, Moosbrugger, Kohlenbrander, Fischer, Kerstetter, all of those are going to have to contend with women like Bailey Rail, Sydney McAlishan, who's currently in 17th, Katrin Davidsdottir, who's currently in 19th.
If you're coaching Olivia and you see there's only 9 spots in the West, do you think you tell her to go give it a go and possibly not compete at the games this year?
I think you have to, I think the first question is you'd have to ask her is she'll get like 10th. Well, if she gets 10th, we don't know that they're getting 10 spots. So I think that Fusile has a chance to make it, but I think she's going to be, like I said, 1 or 2 in or 1 or 2 out. Anyway, for Kirsten, I think you'd have to ask her, like, what's the most important thing for you this year? Is it to compete at the games anyway? Because if that's the case, we got to go teenager and just lock it up, because there's no guarantee in the individual field. If she goes, right. No, I've done teenager 3 years and I want to take the risk, then you support her in that.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get the show back on track. I'm sorry about Mike Halpin and Brian. They do that when I pee.
We were picking up where you left off. We were going over if the top who would be the cut line for the games if there's only 9 or 10 spots.
Well, now we have to do it again because I'm here. By the way, I don't really have to pee that often. I just have really bad athlete's foot and have to pee on my foot every hour, 24 hours a day. So that's why I do that. Okay, let's scroll back up and let's count these down, please. We're going to count. We're going to assume, I think, that 10 people are going to go, and we're going to pick the ones that are guaranteed to go so we can see how far down this leaderboard has a chance. Ariel Lowen?
Mm-hmm.
Gazan?
Yeah.
Kelly Baker?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, come on. Really?
What?
I don't think she does.
You just said she did.
No, I really like her, but that doesn't. I'm not blurred by my emotion.
Okay, then we won't count her.
Danny Spiegel?
Yes.
Fuselier?
Not guaranteed.
Freya Moosbrugger?
Not guaranteed.
Emily Rolfe?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Christine Kohlenbrander?
No.
Lauren Fisher?
No.
I disagree.
Olivia Kerstetter?
No.
Allison Weiss?
No. I think she might be going on a team.
Allison Scuds?
No.
Bailey Rail?
More likely than some of the ones you just
named. Think we give. No, we're not giving it to her?
No, the only other one I would give a guarantee, in my opinion, is Mikulishin. Everyone else, there's a bunch of other women that I think are in contention. But if you count Mikulishin, is that 5 that I said?
Yeah. So
I think that in this case, Baker, Fusile, Moosbrugger, Kohlenbrander, Fischer, Kerstetter, Rail, Davidsdottir, like however many that is, that those
keep going.
What?
Caleb, I want him to keep scrolling.
Oh,
you don't think Katrin Davidsdottir is number 6? Come on, dude. Really? What, she hasn't proved? Look at her scores. I mean, there's nothing impressive here.
A 10th place is her best finish against this field. Like,
Hard work pays off, Brian. Hard work pays off.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a month or 6 weeks or whatever to tighten up the bolts, and yeah, she should have a great chance to make it. But all of those other women that I said, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women likely competing for 4 spots.
Abigail Dommett, who is that? What that is?
She did great in the Open also, and that this is not including people like Zoe Warren, like Abigail Dommett, who've had great seasons so far. This is not including someone like Trista Smith, who's 17 years old and on this list. This is not including people like Hattie Canyo, who was a last chance qualifier last year. You know, there's some people that could potentially
Kelly Clark
as well.
Kelly Clark.
Oh yeah, I think that Chloe Wilson's down here too somewhere.
What about Kelly Clark? How's she doing?
Now, Kelly Clark's 31st. You could add her to that group of 8 women that have a chance on the outside. Chloe Wilson has barely missed the games 3 times in the last 2 years.
China Cho, is she going for it?
She'll go Masters, but this is what I'm saying.
Why would she do this if she's going Masters, Brian?
I don't know. She's done it the last couple of years. Maybe. I mean, she might choose to go to the semifinal, but I don't think so. I think she's just doing it for fun.
Has Chloe Wilson been to the games?
No, she's been
right on the
incredibly close. And she's 42nd year. So now we're up to potentially like 10 women, legitimately 10 women who are going to be competing for the last 4 game spots. It's tough.
Hey,
even though it looks soft, it's tough.
The West is going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be a war. A star could be born in the West.
It's possible, you know.
I hope Kelly Clark makes it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Remember, she missed it by 1 point last year.
I remember.
Keep going all the way down. Sorry, Caleb. I want to see you go all the way down to 50. Good on China Cho. What a savage. Okay, let's go to 51 through 70. Take a quick peek if there's anyone in there that tickles our fancy. Hey, that was cool when we were looking at that Instagram account and you saw her on the wall doing those handstand push-ups, and that caught your eye. That gave us an insight into how you do research. What was the date on that?
3 weeks ago.
Okay. Natalie Thompson, Claire, Rachel, Alina Ward, Madison, Samantha Petrick, Allie Thompson, Taylor, Julia Holm, Grace Strachan, Hannah Hall. Oh, there she is. Bethany Shadburn, 63.
Mm-hmm.
What's she doing? Why is she fooling around down there?
I mean, I just don't think she's feeling 100%. She obviously had a great score on the first workout relative to the other 3. I would expect that she'll have a good workout on the last one and that she'll get inside the top 60. But as good as we know that she can be, right now it doesn't look like she has all, she's not firing on all cylinders. And it's like we just talked about. There's opportunity here, but there's also a decent amount of competition.
If it wasn't for the ridiculous COVID restrictions at the CrossFit Games, she may have been a top 10 CrossFit Games finisher.
Yeah, and who knows what direction her career goes if that were to happen.
Stacy Tovar, 68. That's pretty incredible. Wow.
It is incredible, but this happens all the time. We didn't look at it on the East Coast, or no, it's on the West Coast also. Jen Ryan's here. Jen Ryan is 43 years old, and she's 1 spot below her. Like, there's just these women that have been good for a long time are still able to do stuff like this. And you have people like Ben Smith that can't do this in the men's field. The depth of field is so drastically different.
Dude, Jen Ryan is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
82, Rebecca Voigt Miller as well.
No 42. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I heard on Chase's podcast that Stacy Tovar said that like she hadn't touched a 50-pound dumbbell in ages.
Right, and she's still able to be, within a stone's throw of making it to the semifinals in North America, while at the same time you have legitimately competitive women that won't make the semifinal over there.
Patrick Clark, no, Shadburn. No, what do you mean no? I mean no. Wait. Maybe is that for anyway? Shadburn was legit sick. She couldn't move. She could move. She was like frozen like concrete.
Oh, does he mean at the games? He doesn't mean now.
No, yeah, he means maybe he means now next he's gonna tell us she has long COVID. Okay. Janelle Winston, hi. Because no, Brian's not saying that. Brian's not saying because women get that second wind in their late 30s. He's saying it because your field sucks. He's saying because the women's field isn't as developed, and what's weird, it's not as developed. But I do think also women get stronger faster in that 17 to 19. I don't think those chicks are making that jump from the kiddie division to the big girl division because the field isn't deep. I think just girls develop faster.
Maybe a combination.
Okay, fine. Okay. Pretty cool. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. We of course will be covering it until we can't, till we get kicked out. No,
Until
I think
our eyeballs bleed.
Yeah, we'll be covering the semifinals crazy, and we'll be doubling down on our West coverage. That's going to be good. Do you know where you're going, Brian?
I have an idea, but not confirmed yet.
Are you more sure of where you're going, or that you're going to do the show with Lauren Khalil and Patrick and I on the state of affairs of CrossFit media space?
Hardest question you've asked me tonight.
All right. Okay, let's go over to Europe before Mike Halpin turns into a pumpkin.
I'll go as long as you like.
That's what I said.
I think we have 2 hours and 1 hour and 55 minutes until that.
Okay. We are
Men
looking
first?
at the men. So there's only one region here.
Yeah, a very,
big
very
one.
stacked competitive field.
Fabian Benito. Let's just start off doing the 20 thing. Let's talk about how many are they going to get from this region?
11
I think-
or 12.
You're 11 or 12 you're projecting for the men?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 10 or 11, but 10 to 12 we'll say.
Okay,
Let's just
so
say
let's
11. Let's just say 11.
Okay, good. Fabian Benito.
I'm going to only
Crazy
say yes.
offseason.
I'm going to only say yes if I think they're a guarantee. So no.
Okay. Bjorgvin Carl Gudmundsson.
Yes.
Victor Hoffer.
No.
Lazar Jukic.
Yes.
Reggie Fossa.
No.
Harry Lightfoot.
No.
Enrico Zanoni.
No.
Look at my boy Anola Kai.
No.
Let's go on team. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry.
Bronislaw Olen Kwisnichik.
Bronislaw Lenkovic. No.
That's what I said. Janikowski.
Yes.
Daniel Tai.
No.
Hey, what's that guy look like? What kind of last name is that?
I'm not
British.
sure. I don't know.
Who knows? Someone
I feel
find
like
out
I've
what
seen
that.
him with a Spanish flag next to his name somewhere before, but
I can
completely
pull it
wrong
up
by that.
too, Caleb, so you don't have to leave this page. Let me see if I can find this cat. Daniel.
Appears to be
Like,
a white male.
Daniel Tai. And of course, the first guy that pops up is a Asian dance instructor.
His profile on his games page says he's an ex-professional rugby player who retired in 2017 due to injuries.
I'll show you who. This is who I got. Keeping it funky fresh. He's a lawyer by day, dancer by night,
That is-
but not the exotic kind. He doesn't do it for money or fame, but for the people in the community.
I don't believe that's him.
Well, let's just see.
Definitely him.
God, you don't even want to get me started on this guy's fucking account. Okay. Let's keep going. Sorry, Caleb. I didn't mean to.
We did not want to get you started on it, but it happened anyway.
$2 making you holler. Oh, yeah. You know, more than that. It was supposed to be $2 for every half hour. I haven't seen you in a while. Ulis Upanix.
Are we still counting people?
I'm gonna
Yeah, we're at
I'm gonna
5.
basically say no to everyone else except for Henrik Kapalainen.
Really? Not Uldis or Moritz?
Not as guarantees, no. This is a super stacked region, and I would say that there's about 20 guys for the remaining 7 or 8 spots that are outstanding who I think have a chance to get one of them.
So Alchama's going home.
Alchama is going to compete with Invictus on a team. He's just doing this to prove that he's still got it.
Hey, here's the thing. You say this is stacked. I disagree with you. I don't think that I think that there's a bunch of dudes in here who are ass and that they're lucky that they get 10 spots.
Well, that's why I've done studies regarding this. The
In
men,
case people like me pop off. Like, I think Colton can come over here and win this.
no chance.
Are
But
you
he could
fucking kidding
qualify.
me? He could be top 3. He'll be up there. It'll be Lazar, Yanikoski, and then Colton.
You left
Yeah.
BKG out
Dude,
of
that Fabian Benito guy ain't got nothing for Colton. I'm just telling you.
And what I'm telling you is that recently the men's performance in Europe has been improving relative to the North Americans, but is still not on par with them. While the women in Europe have been relatively outperforming the North American women since at least 2015, and have never once been rewarded for it.
I rest my case, but we were talking about the men, and these men.
I know.
These men, none of these men have done anything. Lazar's done something, but he shit the bed in his last 3 outings.
None of these men have done anything.
Well, Yanikoski has done something, but other than that, tell me who else.
BKG has
okay, BKG. Sorry,
9
there's
straight games and 8 straight top 10s or something like that.
But who else?
I don't know. You have guys like Enrico Zanoni and Guillaume Briand and Henrik Apolainen that are coming along.
They're coming along, but I'm just saying, like, these guys got enough. This is a close competition, but this isn't a this is a close competition, but it's not heated. These aren't like great guys. Like no man from Europe who deserves to go to the games is not going to go. You guys, the bottom 3 guys that go from Europe are kind of like a gimme. They're like Africa. Yes or no?
I mean, I've written and studied this extensively, and what I can tell you is the North American men are still by far the best in the world, but the European men are closing the gap.
I agree.
Right now, the European men are getting basically half the number of spots as the North American men. I don't necessarily think there's a problem with the number of spots that the European men are getting. Maybe they could earn 1 or 2 more, but I do still think that the North American men are getting slighted the same way that I think the European women are getting slighted. And I've tried to study this with 3 and 5 year perspective, but then also year to year, just take a look at how the fields are shifting and shaping, and where if they are getting more deeper, more competitive. The worldwide ranking and strength of field is meant to account for that, but the way that it is currently designed, it cannot account for that.
Okay, I think we close the gap there. Let me try one more time. Uldis, Brian does not need any help. Quiet, pipe down there. Did Uldis really win an event at the games?
Yeah, we've talked about this several times. So he chose to go for it, and he told me he was going to do this before the event happened on the shuttle to overhead part A and just run as fast as he can, knowing that he wasn't going to lift very many weights at 300 pounds anyway for the part B. So he did that, and he ended up with 104 or 106 points cumulatively, which actually scores pretty well and better than athletes who finished like 20th and 20th, or on those 2 events.
Maggie Kerrigan, is that a girl, you think?
We drunk.
Look at that, and that's like an Irish name. We drunk. Let us call in. God, that I would love to just quit the show and come over to your house, turn the radio up and rage, play a game of quarters. That's what the game where you bounce the quarter and it goes in the cup, and if you make it, you tell someone else to drink. For those of you who don't know. So Brian, you agree with me that that any guy from North America, you could take those 2 regions of North America and take the bottom 5 guys in each of the region, and they could come to Europe and qualify.
Oh,
okay. Bottom 3. I'll meet you halfway. Bottom 3.
Bottom 3 like games qualifiers.
Yeah, they would push out the European. They would push out the European guys,
or maybe the first 3 that don't make the games in North America.
Okay, even better. Thank you for helping me with my argument.
Yeah, yes. So I would say that the 2 or 3 guys that don't make it in North America East and North America West are very comparable to the last 2 or 3 guys who do make it in Europe. And that all of them are better than most of the qualifiers that are coming from other parts of the world.
Okay. So we're happy with men. I think I can say conclusively we're happy with how with the number that are going to go from men's European qualifiers.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay. Who's that?
Dan Ty.
Who?
Dan Ty.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Let me see his whole account. Look at this fucking guy.
He only has a Facebook account.
It's fucking European fucking
51,000.
Oh boy.
It's European Jeffrey Adler. Wait, let me see. Go up. He's got a black dude in the. Wow, look at. He's got that inclusive shit. He's got that's like the gay flag thing, and then he's got like that's not a black dude. That's an Indie dude, right? If you have straight hair and you're dark skinned, you're Indian. I know my ethnicities. I'm like I used to work at National Geographic.
He's a fitness model. Okay.
Fucking A. He's wow, okay. Good luck. That's good. Good find, dude.
It's hot.
Kenneth DeLapp, on a completely tangent, he has unvaxxed sperm. If anyone, are you kidding me? No, yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's go over to the European women, where get ready, people. It's gonna get heated in here.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great. This is the present and the past and the future. Wait, no. This is the past, the present, and the future of CrossFit Games, except for Mal O'Brien, who will go down in history as the greatest CrossFitter who ever lived. She's going to win 7. Gabriella Magawa, Laura Horvat, Emma Tall, Manon Anganese, Helga Daughter. Let's just do this game. You ready? Gabriella, how many are we going? 10 or 11, Brian?
Same.
11.
Okay. Gabriella Magawa.
Yep.
Laura Horvat.
Yep.
Emma Tall.
Yep.
Really? Emma Tall? Close, right? So. Okay. Manon Anganese.
No.
Did she go last year? She did.
No, she had the same problem as Annika Greer, or a similar problem as Annika Greer.
Oh my goodness. Helga Daughter.
Yeah.
How many games has Helga Daughter been to? 6?
I think 7, but we'd have to check.
Oyhana Moya.
No.
No. Okay.
No does not mean they're out.
Right.
No, it just doesn't mean I'm not. Like,
I know this is a hard call. That you're betting the bank on them. Elise Fuliano.
No, but I want to say yes.
Yeah, me too. Annie Thor's daughter.
Yes.
Andrea Solberg.
No.
No. Karen Freyova.
Yes.
Claudia Gluck.
No.
I don't even want to ask this next one.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
I'm going to say yes.
Wow. So you are an emotional man. You make some emotional decisions.
Look at her scores here.
Okay.
Look at her scores here. You already know that I'm not too worried about the jump rope. Those other scores are good enough. The only thing that could potentially trip her up is the same thing that tripped her up last year, which is going for too much on a heavy complex or 1 rep max. If that test shows up, any kind of strength test that's isolated like that, she just needs to take her medicine, 16th, 20th, whatever it is. Don't hurt yourself and do your stuff on every other workout, and you'll make it back to the games.
Damn, you're a good dude. I like it. Solveig Sigurdsdottir.
Yeah.
Nicole Hare.
No.
Ayo Wunger. That's a great name.
No.
Matilda Garns.
Yes.
We're at 9. Amy Kringle.
No.
Ingrid.
Team.
Elena.
No.
Taylor Howe.
No.
Oh, shit. 24. I'm going straight down to 24. Jacqueline Dahlstrom.
Yes.
We're at 10. Let's get one more. Emma McQuaid.
Yes.
Okay, we're at 11. Holy shit, it's going to be a war.
And a lot of the women that I said no to are good enough to be at the games, including Manuel Angonis, Elisa Fuliano, Claudia Gluck.
Yeah.
The other ones I'm not as sure about. Like Elena Caratala was there last year and didn't do very well, but she also had like not the greatest lead up to the games. I don't know about Camila Salomonson-Hellman. We've seen her at the games before, but she had a baby. She's come back competing, so too much information missing there. And then there's, as there always are, there are other women coming up that could be good, but we don't know how good they'll be yet.
Okay.
But either way, there's 11 women that I think are guaranteed to go to the games, and 11 spots available. Probably not all 11 of them will go. Things always happen. There should be 14 spots for women in Europe at a minimum.
Let me ask you this. This is going to be tough for you and Mike Halpin. Good luck with this. There's this girl. I think she's from Europe. She's really good. I want to say she was at Rogue. She's strong. She's kind of like a mix between like Emily Rolfe and Ellie Turner. want to say her name's Amanda Anderson or Hannah.
You're thinking of Hannah Carlson, and she was in Dubai, not Rogue.
Oh, what happened to her? How come I didn't see her name? She's good, right?
I think she's doing team I think she's doing team.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know who I was talking about, Halpin? That's
I
pretty
did.
good. You did know?
You got there.
I mean, yeah, the Amanda Anderson was a great clue.
I wasn't fucking
Pam
around.
Anderson.
I was really trying to remember her name. I was
It
like,
was Pam
this is-
Anderson you were thinking of.
Right. Thank you. Half the chat's too young to even know who that is. That's a great reference. Do people know who Paris Hilton is? I heard recently she came out with a book. I'm like, I don't think anyone even knows who she is anymore. Right? Anyone?
Can we pull up the bubble athletes?
Yeah, the name that you made, the list that you made.
Yeah, just for women, just
Okay.
to talk about someone in particular and some stuff. Okay, so here's for the women.
Oh, is that our Kate Gordon that used to be on the show?
Yeah,
What a badass! Holy shit!
I
Go
put it on
Kate!
there just for you.
Thank you. That's awesome.
She's 17 spots out of making it right now, but probably a good test for the last one. So we'll see.
Wow.
So obviously the majority of this list is Europe, and a lot of these names are not necessarily earth-shattering names. The point is that I think that this group of women, and probably a lot of the others that I'm less familiar with, would have a chance to make a name for themselves, to do something notable, to get some recognition, to get some experience, and to earn, some points at semifinals that could be valuable, not just for themselves, but for their competitive region going forward. But they don't have the chance to, and they won't, most of them have the chance to, because the system still doesn't allow for it. It still heavily favors North America because of the number of spots allocated relative to their performance. So in particular, you look at someone like Leah Storen. Leah Storen's 19 years old. She's training in Norway. Kristen Holte is coaching her. She's there training with the Oslo team, Matilda Garns, all these great athletes in Norway. And she has more or less the same hole as all of them. If we look at her scores from quarterfinals, she was so far in Europe, she's been 3rd, 9th, and 25th. 3rd, 9th, and 25th against this killer lineup of European women. And she's 414th on the heavy lifting event, which is fine. Like you said, yes, women adapt, they can get strong young. She hasn't gotten strong young yet. Historically, the Norwegians are much better at everything else than they are at the strength stuff, Matilda Garns being the exception. And what makes me sad about this is if she doesn't make it through this year, she's just not getting the competition experience at the semifinal that a similar athlete in North America would get. She's not getting the opportunity to earn points, and she would earn some points that would be to her favor and her competitive region's favor going forward. And it didn't have to be this way. Like I personally have done studies and been publishing this information for years, and I know that other people in the space have been doing the same. And CrossFit could take advantage of the fact that stuff is known and do something about it to give the women in particular in Europe the similar opportunity that the North American women have, and they have chosen not to do it again.
That is an amazing move.
This kick up is amazing. I don't know if you've seen this, Brian. And on top of what Brian's saying, or he said it in there, if you can't make it to the games, then you can't get the points to get people to the games. That's the part that you really have to understand. The way you get people from your region to go to the games is through an allocation of points. Unfortunately, all those points come from the games. That's why Africa will never be sending more than one person. Never. Ever.
Well, in this current model, they won't.
Yeah.
But,
exactly.
if I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wow, this girl's in 72nd, but she has 2 top 10 finishes. Well, obviously she's not strong enough to make the CrossFit Games, but she's definitely good enough to be at the semifinals.
I'm going to see her lift something heavy. God, she looks like she's 12. How old is this girl?
19.
Even though it sucks not getting to do 100 plus burpees every day. Damn. All right. Is she how tall? How big is this girl? She looks tiny.
Yeah, she is.
Smaller than Fuselier?
I mean, hers is in centimeters and kilograms. I'm not looking at Rebecca's right now, but I would say they're probably a similar size.
Okay. All right. Anyone? Do we want to go look down at the bubble? Is there anyone in Europe where you're like, uh-oh, That's not good.
No, I mean, I look at stuff like this. We got to see Megalotti compete in Dubai. She did okay there. Vidison's been competing for a while. Actually, a lot of the women on this list that I pulled out, they're just more recognizable to me because they've been competing. And they're a little bit older, with the exception of Leah. I'm guessing that there are some young women in the 61 through 90 range in Europe that I don't know a lot about because they've never gotten these same opportunities to go and show their stuff.
Hey, I got
athlete like that. Lucy McGonigal is 16 years old and she's 57th right now.
Wow.
From Ireland.
Yeah, she's, if she makes it through, she'll have to make the same decision as Olivia. And I think that she would be better suited going in the teenage route because there's no chance of making it in Europe.
Right. And she'll be able to have the same choice next year if she's only 16 now. Hey, did we?
Not necessarily. Depends when she turns 17.
Just really quick, when we were in North America, I didn't see. Did we see Roman's name? Did we talk about Roman?
Yeah, he was like 9th or 10th in North America East.
Okay. And what about Emma Carey? Did we see her name?
Similarly in North America East, I think.
Okay, so we just buzzed him. And then what about James Sprague?
He's like one spot away from Fukowski, and is he in? Oh no, he's in the East. But his worldwide ranking is very similar to Fukowski. He's like 10th or something.
Is he? Do you think he's going to the games, Sprager?
Well, we didn't do this game with the men in North America East. It is.
Why didn't we? We just hadn't got. We hadn't figured this game out yet. Okay, let's do this game really quick. Let's do this game.
We talked about it, and I basically told you that if everyone in the top 12 made the games, you wouldn't be surprised by it. I don't think everyone in the top 12 is a lock to make the games, though.
But they got a problem here. Wow. Okay. Let's just do this really quick here. We got to do this. Jeffrey Adler.
Yeah.
Dallin Pepper.
Yeah.
Samuel Conway.
Yeah.
Noah Olson.
Yeah.
Tyler Christoffel.
He should make the games, but I don't know in this region. I don't know.
Jack Farlow.
No.
Spencer Panchik.
And I would love to say yes, but no.
Jason Hopper.
Yes.
Roman Krennikov.
Yes.
James Sprague.
No.
Saxon Panchik.
No. Probably no to everyone else.
Holy shit.
How many was that?
6.
I know, but the reason I'm saying no to so many of these guys is because it's so tight.
I hear you.
So like the guys, did I say yes or no to Christopher?
I gave him a no.
Right. So like
since you were on the edge, I just pushed him into the no pile.
Christoffel, Farlow, Spencer, Sprague, Morad, Berman, Raleigh.
Did you say Morad?
Caron. Yeah, I said him.
Okay.
Alexander Caron, who's in 25th right now. Like any one of those guys at the games is fine. They're not out of place at the games. And again, there could always be some others that we don't know quite enough about yet. Like Alexander Majors, Evan Rogers. These are guys that I'm curious about because they've been doing so well so far. How much, has Nate Ackerman made the leap? Seth Stovall's done really well this year. There's guys like Peter Mason that we know can be decent. But
what is Katie saying here? If it were the top 40, no matter what, we wouldn't know winners in real time. Takes away from the event. Was she saying that we can't know the winners of the quarterfinals even at noon tomorrow? We won't know, and that takes away from the event. Is that what she's referencing, or we're not sure yet?
I think she's talking about semifinals. I think she's talking about semifinals, and she's saying if you hosted all the semifinals live in their regions and then waited for the results to come in, you wouldn't have the drama of calling it on the floor, holding the athletes there. And what I would push back on that is I don't think that it's a problem having semifinals, and I don't think it's a problem having a specific number of spots there. And I think it's a great idea to have a system that allocates the spots based on the best approximation of how competitive the field is this season. The problem is that the system that they have put in place doesn't do that.
My phone started ringing. Okay. Let's do Oceania. I think that's the biggest one, right? That's Tia's. That's Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah. Oceania, yeah.
What did I say? Oceania? When you're friends with her, you call her Oceania.
I created some graphics for the smaller regions. I didn't get to do the bigger regions yet, but Caleb has them if he wants to use them.
So guys, this, I think only 3. How many go from here? 3?
They're guaranteed 3. There's a possibility that they'll get 1 additional.
Okay, let's stick with 3. These guys
I don't
are
think it's looking
fucked.
very good. I think they're going to get 3.
Okay. Ricky Garrett.
Yep.
Jay Crouch.
Yes. Everyone else, no.
Okay, scroll down a little bit. No James Newberry. No Luke Fowler. What about our tall dude with the fro who was on the show?
I don't think he's doing it this year. Luke DeYoung.
Yeah, Luke DeYoung. He was cool.
No, and I mean, so everyone else is fighting for that last spot, basically. The guys who I think are most likely to get it are Peter Ellis, Jake Douglas, Luke Fowler, or Bailey Martin.
Luke Douglas, Bailey Martin, or who?
Peter Ellis.
Oh.
Jake Douglas.
Uh-huh.
Luke Fowler.
Uh-huh.
Or Bailey Martin. Bailey Martin's in 14th right now.
What about Sam Stewart? That's Ireland?
Sam Stewart is from Ireland, and he's competing on a team this year.
That sucks. I kind of like him and Jay Crouch. To me, they're like kind of like the same people.
If you like them and think they're similarly, I think that's pretty good criteria to consider them to have the same citizenship.
We should be in the government, Brian. Me and you. We should hold it's. I would be Homeland Security.
You're from where? You don't look like it. We're putting you over here.
Brian, do you have kids?
What?
Do you have kids?
No.
That was weird. What's
going on?
I can't believe I've never asked
Ken
you.
is. Some of the people in the chat have owned up to being drunk tonight. I think we're just going to assign that to Ken.
Okay. What is this, Mr. Halpin? What are we looking at?
So this is the day 1 and day 2 comparison for. I was only able to do it for the smaller regions so far, but it shows any athletes that made jumps from day 1 to day 2 and how big of a move they made. So like Peter Ellis, who's highlighted right there, he jumps 8 spots in the last day. Looking at the first 2 workouts and then the next 2 workouts. So it's just another way of looking at similar data, what we're looking at. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see where the cut line is as well.
That Zane Healy guy shit the bed.
So
look at that. Johan Roberts up 19. This is cool. I like this.
Yep.
I don't recognize any of these guys' names, Brian. None. Oh, Zeke Grove. I know that name, right?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, there are a lot of guys that are in the top 30 that are regulars competing in that region. They're just never competing for a game spot in that region. And there are also a decent amount of names on here that I have not seen before.
All right. How are you with this? With these 3 guys going? I know it's a different show, but do you think they deserve 5 spots?
Yeah. No, I think that with the current field of competitors, which is missing Royce Dunn, it's missing Baden Brown, it's missing Con Porter. I apologize if I'm missing anyone else, but that 3 is appropriate for them.
Okay. Right. Royce Dunn. He's going team.
Royce is going team. Baden's taking the year off. Con is injured.
Okay. And I don't know if Royce is going to be able to make it
on the team.
No, into the country.
Oh,
I haven't looked at the details, but I think that there's been a hiccup in what passed in the house. Okay. I met people from Pete Ellis's gym at Duck DUC. That must be something in Australia.
Under championship.
Okay. Thank you. They said he surprised himself at how well he did at Torian last year. So he quit his day job to train full time and now lives in a cardboard box outside the gym. Fuck, that's dedicated.
He got the idea from Fikowski.
Right. All the cool dudes are doing it. Okay.
10 box.
Whatever. Women, let's check it out. Did you see Tia's you see Tia jumping around with that belly?
I did.
That shit is fucking incredible. I would like to see the views on that. That's the kind of thing that no one in their right mind only watches once. Sorry, where is it? If you guys haven't seen this, if you haven't seen Tia's account, you got to see this. This is just fucking nuts. Right here, this one. My goodness.
Does this show how she did the burpees for this workout? I love the way that she did the burpees for this.
Like on top of some weights and let her.
No, she she says she's doing the workouts as prescribed. In the case of the burpee, I excuse her for not doing them as prescribed, but it says you have to have your thighs and your chest on the ground. Well, to get her chest on the ground is obviously very challenging because there's how big her stomach is right now. So she does her knees on the ground and she goes all the way down to make sure her chest touches the ground. So it's actually more difficult than just doing a regular burpee. But I like the fact that she emphasizes the chest touching the ground because there's a lot of athletes that skirt the line on that standard.
Yeah, and the video for this, I don't know who set up her box there, but it was set at 20 and she flips it and does it to 24.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a boss.
Oh,
yeah.
Like she recognizes it's wrong.
Yeah,
or somebody scaled it for her and she put it right back to RX.
Wow. Knees and nipples. Yeah. 1 million views so far. It's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, don't try that shit at home.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think so.
yeah.
Look at Shane. Oh, go back. I want to see Shane's face when she does that. Go back. I want to see his
It
face.
had to be him that set that up.
I think she's going to be blocking it, unfortunately.
You just see ass. Look at he looks around. Look at he looks around. Look at that shit-eating grin on his face. God.
That's his child inside there getting jumped around. So.
Oh shit, that burpee is crazy, dude.
She's getting the chest done.
Oh my
I
God.
guess she is getting thighs and chest down. But.
I'm the GOAT, no scaling. How much is that right there? How much weight is that?
185.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says up top.
full
My
weight.
God.
I did this workout with the women's weight too. It was much more fun than the men's weight.
I tried the men's or the women's weight and then I scaled it from there. So.
Okay, let's look at the women in North.
No, Oceania.
Yeah, North Oceania.
It's going to be basically the same as the men's.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Van Ziel fucking kicking ass.
That's not how you say it, but it's such a hard name. Van Ziel. Someone sent me the pronunciation for it. I apologize. Van
I
Ziel
don't.
or Ziel?
Caitlin Van Ziel, Jamie Simmons, Grace Walton. I don't know who that is, but she's scaring me up there. Ellie Turner. Grace, you're going to have to move aside and let Ellie get in there, please.
Look at Ellie's scores.
41st, first.
Yeah.
Savage.
I think she's going to be just fine.
Oh, where's Maddie? Where's my girl Maddie?
She's
Stewart?
moved all the way up to 12th from 32nd.
Okay.
She had basically she can't do the jump rope. It's negligible. If you're asking me who's making the games here, it's actually really difficult. Keep in mind that Tia and Kara are not in this field, and there are a few others that are doing team as well that have top 10 potential. But they could, I guess, and I don't know if they'll get an extra spot or not. But Ellie Turner, Madeline Sturt, Jamie Simmons, Caitlin Van Ziel, Laura Clifton are probably the top 5 favorites here. There are another 5 women outside of those that I do think has a chance to. If they get 3 spots, I don't think that any of the others have a chance. But if they get a 4th spot, maybe.
So you think that the top 3, if they only get 3, Maddie Sturt and that other chick are out. The Grossman, the chick who's in 3rd now. What's her name? Is it Grossman? What's her name?
If they only get 3,
Grace Walton.
If they only get 3, I would say it's going to be between. I think Ellie gets one for sure, and then I think Jamie, Caitlin, and Maddie Sturt will get 2 of the other 3.
All right.
With Laura Clifton probably taking 5th.
Because Tia didn't register for the quarterfinals, they will likely only get 3.
I hope Fuselier can make it so Brian can eat his words.
What words? The fact that she's one of the 8 women that's competing for 4 spots.
I hope she makes it too, but not for
I mean,
that.
I've said that consistently. She's potentially going to be better. I said that consistently Rebecca has impressed me, but she's not strong enough and compared to some of the other women. And if there's the right tests that come out, it's going to be hard for her to make it.
Patrick Clark, Grace Walton, remember that name. She's potentially going to be better than Ellie. Interesting thing about Ellie and Medeiros, they both took 1st, right? Worldwide in a workout together.
Mm-hmm.
Side by side.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Okay. And any other regions worth talking about? Do we care about Africa or Asia or what other ones are there?
Well, I mean, look, some of the stuff we've been
Not
focusing
don't
on
care,
tonight,
but it's getting late.
right. But some of the stuff we've been focusing on tonight is the cut line, and if there are any significant athletes that need to do work tomorrow to get inside the cut line, and in those competitive regions, there's not like all of the athletes that are contending for or will be contending for game spots are well within the cut line in their region.
Which region is going to have the feelings hurt the most?
By what?
Tomorrow when we come on the show, we're going to be like, oh, that they got their feelings hurt.
Which region?
Yeah. Is it European women? Like there's going to be like a pile up, like someone's going to get booted. Like, is there a chance Katrin David's daughter's in 19th now? Is there a chance she falls below, drops 41 places, 42 places? It's the top 60. It's the top 60 that go, right? No.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
there's women that are fairly insulated from the next event. Their scores for their region are.
So the feelings aren't going to get hurt yet. The feelings aren't going to get hurt yet. Okay.
What will happen in the next week that will hurt a lot of feelings, and I'll have the data probably, well, at least once CrossFit gives a somewhat verified result on these workouts, is the worldwide ranking and that strength of field. That'll then push a lot of conversations that we just had about how many tickets will be at each one of these semifinals for these athletes.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing that. Patrick Clark brings up a good point. Yeah, Bethany Shadburn. She was like an 84th or something.
I think it's closer than that. I think she was 63rd.
I can name an athlete out of Asia, Sung Young
Not
Choi.
competing this year.
Oh, well, no, you're right. You're correct, Matthew Stripling. Okay, thank you. Top 60 to semifinal. All right, tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Tomorrow the quarterfinals end, and then 3-4 hours after that, we'll come back, take a look, see who made it, see who didn't make it.
JV team 1499, loving all these bonus quarterfinal shows this weekend. You're welcome. They're not bonus, but I do. I'm glad you think of them as bonus. That's cool. When do we find out how many spots? I think Halpin is going to have. That's what Halpin was just saying. I think tomorrow we're going to get a peek and be able to make some. No,
I can give a peek tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll get it.
CrossFit doesn't actually have to validate these scores for like another week almost. So
Katie Gannon trying to get Brian to stay on for another 20 minutes. One topic that we haven't talked about that we started talking about yesterday, and hopefully we'll have time tomorrow, and I think we will, is we will go back and review men's and women's registration for the Open. We'll just look at it and see how that's going.
Quarterfinals.
Sorry, for quarterfinals. And Halpin has some cool numbers on that I cut him short yesterday, but I think it'll be fitting tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Is it 4 p.m. tomorrow?
Pacific time. That's the time where we I think agreed on earlier today. Yeah.
Okay. And tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I'll be doing a live call-in show. Think of it more as like church. It's like church. The live call-in show has become like church. Is that okay to say that, Halpin?
I'll be at church, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. It's not as good as the church Halpin goes to, but it's a kind of church. I do a sermon.
I'll be at the gym.
Okay.
Which is also like church.
Caleb, will you be here tomorrow morning?
I might be around.
All right. I'm calling you while I'm at church. That's fine. Evening, Hugh asshole. Good evening, people of the Sevanverse. Sorry. Let's do this. Brian, let's do this. How's what you can call and ask Brian or Halpin one question if you want. Just because.
Who had their cards set up behind them first, Brian or Sevan?
Brian. Well, I had them set up first, but mine weren't visible. So I'm gonna. Hey, these are a fucking pain in the ass.
Anyone's calling.
These things will fall over so easy. If you just touch one, they all fall over. Are yours like that?
Yes.
They're like drunk kids. They're like drunk people. If I were just like to reach over and like rub the Emily Rolfe one, they'd all fall over.
Do you do that often?
No, but I'm just saying if I did.
I appreciate everyone who didn't call in. Is that the end of the show?
This is their moment.
So on Monday we have a Frisbee show, correct?
Oh yeah, and this tournament is crazy. I'll send you the links for round 2 tomorrow.
Okay, good. And
Brand new
tomorrow's
course.
Sunday.
They never played it before.
Okay, and they're in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you all calling in and making me feel so popular. Oh, God.
This is a drunk girl.
Hey, girlfriend.
Hello. I was losing my buzz. What's up?
Just hanging out, just enjoying the company of Mike Halpin, Brian Friend, and Caleb Beaver. Do you have any questions pertinent to?
Great to see you guys.
Hey, great to see you too. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, we were enjoying. What's your question?
Brian's address, 1324
No, you know us.
Green Street,
okay.
Chicago.
I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What can I do every day to become your friend like Hiller did?
Oh,
name
shit.
3 things I can do every day to work on being your friend.
Wow, that's
Say 1,000 burpees a day.
you just got to call into every live call-in show.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be the annoying one either, so I'm going to keep it short. But I know we would be good friends. I can't, I'm gay, okay?
Perfect.
We're gay.
I'm gay
And
too.
It's awesome. We agree with all the shit you say.
Good.
Yeah, you're the best.
Is your wife there?
She's right here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how long have you guys been married?
5 years. 5 years together, over 10.
Congratulations. Good luck making it over the
Thank you.
7-year mark.
Yeah, we heard your thing. Last thing I'll say, we do want to have kids, and we heard your show where you were telling Sousa you think you just need to bang it out the natural way.
Yeah. Hey, call in tomorrow and let's figure that shit out. Let's figure that out. I want to know.
I'll try anything once.
Yeah, okay. Call in tomorrow.
Yeah,
I would
we're gonna
really
have to
appreciate
figure it
that. That is a topic I'm hugely interested in. Thank you.
All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Okay, I love you too. You have a great voice. I think we would be friends. Bye-bye. We could be friends. All right. Tomorrow morning, should gay people still fornicate in order to make babies? That will be a topic of discussion. I will be arguing that they should in order to summon the correct spirit that turns into the zygote. I have no evidence for that. It's just some shit I've concocted. All right. Halpin, thank you. Mr. Friend, thank you. Mr. Beaver. Peace and love. Bye-bye.